Welcome, everybody, to the Automotive Edge radio show here on the Automotive Edge Facebook page. We're getting ready to go live here on the radio on Talk Radio 1190.
Did
What'd she do?
Maddie just called and said we had the same problem. The whole system was down.
No, she didn't.
She did. And so I hit the button. She goes, "Oh, there you
Oh,
are."
you didn't hit the button right. So I scared her to death coming back from Mizzou.
Boy, my blood pressure just went through the roof.
I bet.
Thanks, Maddie.
I usually do that, but I was getting coffee, so
Yeah, Maddie.
left him in charge for a minute, and that was the wrong thing to do.
Welcome to the AutomotiveEdge.com stadium. It's the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out, man on third, and Team Consumers are behind by 1 run. At the plate for the Consumers is Kurt Chase. The count is full. Joe Bag on the mound, waiting for the side. He goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a long fly ball, hit deep in the left center field. It's going, gone. 2-run homer. Another great walk-off win for Team Consumer by Kurt Chase at the AutomotiveEdge.com.
Well, top of the morning. Maddie Gomez,
I don't hear you very well.
you really, really got my blood pressure up, Maddie. Maddie,
Sorry,
are
I
you
didn't
there?
know you were not
Are you there,
connected.
Maddie? Maddie, are you there?
She's still celebrating the Mizzou win from last week.
I'm right here.
Call me up and tell me the system's down again. Way to go.
You had him all shook up, I bet. I went and got coffee and then left him to his own devices. And
Oh, she hit mute and she was laughing her butt off after
was-
she got me going.
is that what it was?
Oh, she was rolling.
Did you do that?
I definitely
Maddie?
was not.
It was because he didn't hit the button.
So
over
where were you and Alex at when y'all took that picture? What event were you at?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Who's Alex?
The guy that runs one of the upper managers for iHeart.
Oh, Alex, the salesman.
here. The salesman.
Oh, boy.
The salesman. Does your father
We
call?
were at a conference at the DFW airport, and promotions were taking turns to arrive. Like, so I was the 7 a.m. shift, and then the other girl was the 1 p.m. shift, and I was there with Alex for a couple of hours.
Got it. You know he's one of the managers there.
Yes, I do. I didn't know. It didn't register in my head that you were
Sales guy.
asking
Oh, yeah.
about
Alex the
Sales
guy.
man.
Sales
like my brother
man.
Alec.
Yeah, I'm going to call him on that one. I'm going to say, hey, listen to the show.
The sales
The
man.
sales man. So did you enjoy being back at Mizzou?
I did, yes. I got to see everybody, all my friends that I haven't seen in over a year.
Did they miss you? Want you back?
Yeah, they do.
A lot of them still living there?
A lot of them are from St. Louis, so yes, they do live there, or Kansas City. They just moved back home.
Oh, they. So they're not in school anymore. They're out. They just came for the homecoming, like you.
Correct, yeah. I have a couple friends in grad school, but they go to a different university for that.
I got you.
Good.
Well, congratulations on winning your homecoming against Auburn. I know you were a little shaken about the fact that you didn't think they were going to, and I said I think they have a
Oh,
great
no
chance.
doubt. I thought they were going to win.
Yeah, I did too, and y'all did. So congratulations and nice win, nice visit with everybody, and glad to have you back.
Yeah, they're
Thank you.
playing like Chase Daniels is still the quarterback for Mizzou.
There you go.
Well, let's get fired up here. 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show here today, live. Classic Kia Carrollton, right here at. Tell us where we're at, Bo. Every time I throw the address out, you
He
say
gets
something
lost.
different.
He thinks we're about Louisville, but we're close. We're in Carrollton, Texas. That's why it's called Classic Kia Carrollton.
Wow.
And we're at Frankfurt and 35E in Carrollton. And we're on the east side of 35 and just south of Frankfurt.
Here we go.
It's right there in that little spot. You can't miss it. Great dealership. This place is fantastic. Love coming here. And if you want a good deal on a Kia, or any of their used vehicles, this is a place to go.
You want to talk about the Kias? You want me to?
No, you go ahead. You know,
You don't want them?
You know a little bit more about cars than I do.
No.
I'm the sidekick.
I brought you on to help me out, to teach me.
To teach you. Well, get to teaching. Start talking.
Hey, here's what they're going to do today for you out at Classic Kia Carrollton. 10,000 off every EV9 or 0% for 72 months. EV9, car of the world, greatest car in the world. I mean, they got every accolade and award. I didn't know there was a world car award, but it got it. 10 grand off the EV9 or 0 for 72 months. They got a 24 Forte, Kia Forte, $159 a month for 36-month lease. $159, folks.
Where's that? What is that on?
A Kia Forte. Sportage 0%. This is EX for 48 months or $288 a month. And the Kia Sorento 0 for 48 months. So if you want to go out a little bit further, they still got great rates, great people. Used cars is packed. He's got new, used, and certified pre-owned here today at Classic Kia Carrollton. 35 in Frankfort. Come on out. Meet the great Big Wheels Boski.
Yes, sir.
And take a test drive. See what you think about the Kia line. And I get calls all the time going, hey, what do you think about Kia? I'm going, you know what? They have turned the corner. They're killing it. Out like a lion, you know, in like a lion, out like a lamb. Then they came back and they have just been storming Norman ever since. You can always tell by great lease programs. A great resale product always has good lease programs. Remember that. High residuals, high resale, whether you're buying or leasing. I always look at the residuals. When you look at a vehicle that you can get for $159 a month, it's because the residuals are high. And that's what you get here at Classic Kia Carrollton. My buddy Jesse Hull, managing partner here. I know him and Kathy and his beautiful family, and his personality transcends right through the showroom floor. You don't have to worry about all the back and forth and leaving here stressed out or anything. It's just not the way they do business. The place, ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. That's ClassicKiaCarrollton.com for all the specials that we talked about and a whole lot more, because there's a lot more product out here with the Carnival and the K5, the new K4, the EV6. There's a bunch of stuff out here. So come on out. We'd like to meet you. Classic Kia Carrollton, Frankfort, and 35E. We'll be here to the noon hour. A little bit after that, closing up shop. They're going to be here till 7 o'clock, helping you with your Kia needs. ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
It's going to be like only in the low 80s today, right?
I thought we had another hot day.
I'm not sure. Maddie, do you know?
Well, here we can
check the weather.
Let's flip
the weather.
over.
What's the weather going to be like today?
Yeah, you're a producer. Should know.
Well, it's 67 degrees right now, and it's going to be
So
high 84. It's actually really humid, though. It feels kind of
you're right. 82 for the day.
Yeah, it's 82 for high today, so it might be a little humid with clouds. But,
and then next week it just picks back up.
Well, I thought we had rain middle of the week. And still
We've got a little bit of rain on the.
Oh wow!
On the deal today.
Got clouds out there here in North Texas here.
We'll see
in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, where we do our radio show on Talk Radio 1190 AM KFXR, which is an iHeartMedia network station. And you can tell people out there that if they can't get the radio station here, they can always download the iHeartMedia app and find us that way. And that would be Talk Radio 1190 Dallas. And then when it goes there, here we are. Also, we're on all of our social media sites, which is the Automotive Edge Facebook page, the Shifting Gears Facebook page. We're also on YouTube. When you go to YouTube, search the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Be sure and add radio show in there, the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Then we're on LinkedIn, and that's at Kurt Chase, KurtChase, Kurt Chase's LinkedIn page. So, and then we're on our personal pages.
Yep.
Bo Carver and Kurt Chase Facebook pages. So we're everywhere, and we got a lot of people tuned in. We got Linda Davis. Linda, at some point you need to call in and talk about the Toys for Tots that you guys do every year. I know you're big at that. So give us a call sometime if you'd like to share that information. That's 214-787-1190. We've got Deg Greg said, good morning, guys.
Hello,
That's
Deg Greg.
Christopher Gregory's brother. Got
Yep.
Melinda Chase tuned in. Got Bo Carver tuned in. And Wesley Stewart. Good morning, Bo and Kurt.
Good morning,
Rocking
Wesley.
and rolling this morning. Thank y'all for
It's
tuning
always
in.
hard to leave a pretty lady behind in the morning.
Well, she's tuned in to you.
Usually she's gone up in 5 o'clock and gone, and then I'm up early and gone. I'm like, one of these days, I'm just not
Gonna
going to
be in
roll
the
out of bed.
Grab her and
Bo,
side.
do the show.
All right.
I'm running late.
I'll do it. Me and Maddie could handle it. Don't you think, Maddie?
Oh, yeah. Maddie wants her own segment. So,
No, I didn't say that. No,
yeah, you did. You did. You did. But
I didn't say that. Let's not give.
I heard
false
you
hope.
said that and then you backed out. So I'm disappointed in the backing out part because we would save you. I'd throw you the lifeline. You wouldn't drown, I promise you. Kurt would probably leave you.
I'm just not much of an on-air person.
Which you sound
you are.
great.
Yeah, you are. You just got to get to going.
You just got to get a little more confidence.
Whatever you love the most,
That's all you got to do.
you just start talking about it.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
okay. I like being behind.
You,
The
you
computer
like sleeping
and
at
pushing
this early in the
buttons.
morning. That's what she really means.
Yeah, I get it.
I sleep behind the mic.
Wait, we got the phone lines open. If you got a question about where to go, who to see, and what to do, give us a call. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190.
Randy Tucker, good morning. Amigos, he says. Good morning,
Morning.
you, Randy.
Mary Lynn Davis
1 minute.
Hill. She needs another name.
Out in East Texas.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's throw in Smith and Rogers. Mary Lynn Smith Rogers Davis Hill.
Well, maybe
That's a woman that loves her name. When you put up all 4 names, that's a woman that just loves who she is.
that's like Graham Knoxmere Bo Carver.
That's right. Throw it out there.
That's awesome. Good
Yep.
morning.
Yeah, well, it's good to be here. I've had more work done on my jaw.
Again,
Again, I got another surgery coming up November 4th.
folk, here's the lesson to each and every one of you to teach your kids. Do not
30
get them,
seconds.
tell them to not get in fights. We got to take a break. We'll talk about that when we get back, I guess.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Any big college football games on today?
Well, the first whooping is going to be Ohio State over Nebraska because South Carolina just punished them last week by 40-something points, I believe.
South Carolina? South Carolina?
Gamecocks.
No, they played Oklahoma last week.
I thought that was a week before.
I think it was last Saturday. I'm pretty sure it was last Saturday.
Yeah, well, that's right. It was, the Gamecocks beat OU and was it Iowa State?
Might have been somebody like that.
Yeah, someone of the big. I mean, just
I thought it was Nebraska was pretty good there for a while. They just
I thought they were going to be.
because they have a really big. Don't they have a pretty cool quarterback? Is he out? Is there a problem with him?
I don't know. And then they got the coach from the Panthers, who's really a college coach. Anyway, I mean, you look at all these college coaches that, they brought up. I mean,
A lot of them don't make it very long, do they?
yeah. I mean, look at Nick Saban. Heck, he got on a plane and just flew out. He's like, I'm
I'm
not
done with this
doing
thing."
this.
Well, that was before, it's different when you're having college kids that, before they got paid. That may be changing now and even in college with all the monies that are being spread around there. But before the college kids were supposed to get paid, there's a big difference when you jump from that to these guys making billions of dollars. They're telling you what they want to do, not you tell them. And so there's a big mind difference when you have to try to coach these guys like that.
Well, look at Chip Kelly. They thought he was going to come in and from Notre Dame, and he gets here and told the referees, "Here's how I run my office." No, we're in charge of the game. You're not going to run it as fast as you did in college.
Right.
Here's how things are going to happen. Boy, he bounced around. He didn't make it. Then he goes to where's he go? UCLA, didn't make it there. I forgot where else he went. Now he's at LSU. And you look at these coaches.
He's hanging in there, though.
that are bouncing around. You know, they come into the NFL, and I think this is Harbaugh's second time in the NFL, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
His brother's been with the Ravens forever.
Well, he's a great coach too.
Yeah.
He's a great
Yeah,
pro
well,
coach.
Harbaugh will never go back to college football after what happened at Michigan.
Well, what happened so much? I know that they got kind of in trouble for kind of always stealing signs.
Yeah,
Or
stealing
players
signs,
or-
and then how they were recruiting. I mean, it was just
Oh, I
one
didn't know
thing
about
after another, you know. And
Well, I think he's got I think he's got a chance to be good though. I mean, he's a good coach, and if nothing else, maybe his brother will teach him some stuff to keep him in the pros.
yeah,
So he's doing pretty good at the Chargers right now.
I think they're 500.
Well, it's better than what they could be.
Yeah,
Better than the Cowboys.
no doubt about it. Good morning, Julie Breimer Crosby. Felix, the mayor of Quail Valley.
Well, it's
Estates.
about time he comes back on with us. What's he been
I didn't know that
traveling?
he got up this early.
Been traveling around or something?
I don't know. I was going to give him a holler yesterday. He's gone all day. I didn't get to see him.
Really?
And I was going to stroll over there last night,
I'm
and
not seeing him.
you know, they've been gone. They're people of the world.
There he is. He gave a big old smiley kind of face
20
sign.
seconds.
He goes, "What's new?" Well, you're new because you hadn't been around in a while. Good to have you back.
That's right.
this
You were, you know, on our top fan list, and then you fell
one.
off.
Yeah, we
So you got to make your way back up.
we had to take a couple badges away from you.
Yeah, we're going to give you a check for $1 million, but you weren't on the last few weeks, so you didn't get your money. We dispersed it.
Yes, sir. We don't fool around with this.
No,
stuff.
we don't. Two 787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We are here to help. I'm your host, Kurt Chase, with great one. Blub, blub, blub.
Co-host? What's
Big
that?
wheel bow.
That's
Carter.
almost as bad as salesman.
Yeah, that did come out real good, did it?
He's the host. He's a HOST.
Did you meet him? Oh, yeah, that salesman. Not even salesman or salesman.
I was going to ask if her dad calls his people at work salesman. So
That
I
was
guess
good. That was really
that
good.
was
I'm
really
gonna have to remember that one.
salesman.
Yep.
She's hating us right now.
Yeah. She's like, I wish I could erase that, but you can't.
Uh,
Hey, we're here to help you with all your automotive needs. You want to know where to go, who to see, what to do. There's several ways to do it. Give us a call at 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. Or go to theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number and give me a holler. And let me help you. So I got to tell you something really funny. It's just hilarious to me. There's a place called the city I live in, Neighborly Group. Okay.
it's called Neighborly Group.
Yeah. And they get to, and people that need maybe a painter or looking for a restaurant or a date night
Is
or
this
a
a-
babysitter.
Is this a Facebook page or
Yeah,
you meet?
Yeah.
Okay, I
For the
got you.
community.
Yeah, we have one called Ponder Rant and Rave. So it's similar.
Yeah. And so it's so funny when this lady got on her the other day and she said they've had her car for a while and it's still not fixed
Body work or mechanic work?
mechanically.
Okay.
The responses and the information people feed back. I don't even know why they even put that on there. And so I always tell them, it's funny. I say, look, I've been doing this for 36 years. Let me help you with
What you're going through.
this. And then there's 40 people. Let me tell you, the last time I bought a car, and
There we go.
and you listen to it, and there's so much baloney. I'm going, ma'am, which one of those 400 responses are you going to respond to? Because all they're doing is complaining with you. Nobody has posted a solution.
And a lot of them are wrong with their information anyway, just because it's their attitude or what.
Yeah,
they
they've been
think.
drinking that, sipping on that haterade,
Right, exactly.
and they just join in. And so she's joining in with them. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, do you want resolve to this?
Yeah, you just want to have a bitch session, or you really want to get this taken care of.
Yeah.
Right.
So the other morning, I took and I saw one of the complaints on there. I said, hey, give me a call. They gave me a call. I said, let me make a phone call. I said, hey, take your car over to the shop right now. They'll get it in and out. They'll be ready tomorrow. And she's like, oh my gosh, who are you?
This is a lady that was on the site.
Got her done. And her car had been sitting at another shop for 22 days.
Holy smokes.
I got her done in a day. So she posted, hey, you need to holler at this guy. It was amazing. My car's been sitting at the shop for 22 days. He gets me in and out in a day, and my car's fixed. And so the response was incredible. Oh, you got lucky.
Oh, here we go.
He was just hadn't to be at the right place, right time. And I'm like, all of you haters out there, stop
Instead
it.
of congratulating her for getting it done, and thanks to you, whoever you are, that they might say, hey, thanks for, being at a place to where you were able to help her and do all that. Now it's here. The hate just continues, huh? Just keeps on going down the line of you're getting a big letter, a book.
Well, listen, it says, a buddy of mine says, good morning, Kurt. Y'all always have fantastic intro and outro music. 70s and 80s are the bomb. Who puts that list together? I'm not believing it's the young girl on the board. How about that, Maddie? They just don't realize how musically inclined you are. She's gone.
I'm right here.
But
did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you said that they don't realize how musically inclined I am.
They didn't know. They didn't believe that was the young girl behind the microphone, the producer.
Of course. There's always someone here pushing buttons.
No, but you in particular.
Yeah, Maddie gets a picker. One thing, notice Maddie's cut out every bit of my disco. And I didn't say anything. I didn't get upset that I live, eat, and breathe. In fact, on the way in.
Maddie, he's starting to sound like those Keller Facebook page guys.
No, they say stuff. I don't. When I get in the truck, I always thank the good Lord for this beautiful scenery and,
I could play more disco. The problem is that we don't have a lot of disco songs in the
can
song log, whatever it's called,
the
song book that we have.
That's really
and
sad.
So the disco songs that we do have, I don't want to play over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's really sad. Really sad, Maddie.
A
radio station, and the least amount of music they have in their bucket is disco.
Well, first of all, thanks for that compliment by the person that sent that to you, and I'm very happy with her selection. She's doing a good job, and we get a lot of people happy about this. The variety of music that we have now. So Good job.
She does. There's a lot of music. Well, there's a bunch of them out there now. I don't know. I think the greatest eras of music are gone.
Well,
I mean, name a good rock and roll band that's playing right now.
I don't know anybody.
Country music all sounds the same now.
Yeah, well, the current ones do.
Yeah,
the oldies but goodies, the George Straits and the guys like that are still great, and they're still around. But the new music, I don't like any of it. I don't even listen to radio anymore, but because of that. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of craziness that's out there in music nowadays. So,
well, I will tell you now that I listen to modern Christian music and my disco. And so right after I get done with my prayer before I head out, I crank up the Bee Gees. There's nothing better than a little Staying Alive to get your day going.
I'm hoping the Lord likes the Bee Gees.
He does. He does. If you don't think for 1 minute that there is a disco in heaven, you are highly mistaken.
There might be about 3 people over there doing this.
No one ever did that.
Are they going to do the heavenly movies and move like that?
That was only in the movie. Nobody really does that. So I'll be at a discotheque in heaven. I guarantee you, God has a special place for me to be up there dancing.
Oh, he's got a special place for you. All right.
Wow. Hey, Maddie, this is Bo's last show, so let's have a big kickoff.
Yeah, so y'all come get a signature quick, because it's going to be worth something now.
Well, hey, coming up, we're going to be talking about my vision, my thoughts on what I think needs to be done, should be done, and may be done coming up here in the next couple of years. A lot of change on a lot of vehicles. I got to tell you, if for me, I get excited when I hear complete makeover. We're going to have a brand new look. We're going to have a vehicle that is unrecognizable. That's what I like about the auto industry. And we're going to be reviewing some cars that, man, oh man, have they changed these things up to where they say it's not your mom and dad's old car. And it's amazing when I talk to people and I come up with different ideas and suggestions like, no, my grandfather drove that car. No, my mom and dad are retiring in that car. I'm like, so what? Have you seen the new one?
Are they going to bury him in it?
I'm sure there's some people buried in their cars somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Sure.
But there's some phenomenal looking products that are coming down the pipeline. I mean, I was blown away this week.
You talking about for 2025, or we got to wait a couple of years for it?
Yeah, 2025. 2026 will be here. Golly, what? 10 months?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we're fixing to be into November.
Well, yes, but less than
in 5 days, Christmas lights go up, brother.
I know. That's insane. I can't even imagine that.
My tree goes up. Every nutcracker comes to life.
Nutcracker. There's only one nutcracker. And he's
right.
sitting right next to me.
That's right. But anyway, and here's the thing that I want to dispel for everybody. It doesn't matter that it's brand new. Okay? It doesn't matter that it's brand new.
What do you mean by it doesn't matter if it's brand new?
Well, a lot of people go, Bo, why don't you drive the first one? Let's see if you die.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They're holding off because they think if it's the first one or brand new that I'm not touching it till I make sure all the kinks are out. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. We want Bo to drive and see if the brakes fail. Yeah. We want to drive and see if Bo makes it actually home in the car. All these stigmas about, the new makes and models that are coming down the highway. And I said, you know what? It doesn't matter to me. I would drive. I mean, I drove the first Yugo. I mean, give me a break. I drove Geos, a bunch of other cars that people so hated down the road after they bought them. But here's the thing, the way this technology is set up, and let me tell you, no one's perfect. If you look at the recalls that are out there right now, there is I was at about 3.2, 3.4 million vehicles that are still on recall for parts. Honda just had their massive recall. There's a couple of trucks out there that had big recalls. And so does that make it a bad vehicle? No, it doesn't. Does a totally redesigned vehicle make it wait a minute, let's see if this car is going to work? Absolutely not. The miles that they put into testing when these vehicles are built is absolutely incredible. The key is that you have so many suppliers, Toyota, Kia, Honda, Nissan, they don't make tires. They don't make glass. They don't make stereos. They don't make seats. They are assemblers.
Well, it's the same way with a house.
They just happen to have the best, some of them, better suppliers than others to where they build these vehicles, and they always have great resale value. They always have low maintenance. The cost of ownership is always low. It's been very, very consistent for many, many years because they have found the best suppliers to ship them their products so they can assemble cars.
Well, it's the same thing with a house. You got to buy a house. It's a really cool house, really nice house, really well designed, really solid to get. But the air conditioning goes out. You go, look, this is a sucky house. Don't ever buy this house because the air conditioner went out. And you don't judge that whole big picture by one item that needs to be corrected.
Yeah, well, you don't call the builder. You usually call Train or Lennox or whoever. Right. Hey, the AC went out. They tell you, who to call, but it did make the whole house bad.
But that's a good thing about a car is you take it to a dealership no matter what the issue is. You don't have to call the person that did the air conditioning in the car or the tires. You take it to the dealer and get it done.
And they cuss them out like they built it. They do. I mean, I've been cussed out more times over cars going, you guys sold me this car. Yes, sir. We didn't build it, but you know what? We're going to make it right. Sure you did. You built it. There was a factory. No, that's called an assembly plant. They don't call them building factories. They call them assembly plants. But we're going to take care of your car. Boy, they just hating. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. If you got a comment, give us a call. Quick break, introduce you to great sponsors, and Bo and I'll be right back.
So Randy Tucker says, looks like you're going to get dealer traded, Bo. No worries, I need an experienced ranch foreman. Well, I know how to ride horses.
You know what? I think this is the first time that I've looked down and I've noticed that so many of our listeners have 3 and 4 names.
Well, it's getting popular. I think Graham set the tone for that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're coming in there with all these different names. Well, Barbie Ann goes by Barbie Ann Hayes Carver. Her last name is Hayes Carver. It's not Carver. I said, okay, well, whatever you want to do. I think I'm going to change my name to Carver Hayes.
Bo Theodore Roosevelt Washington
Exactly right.
Carver.
That's me right there, baby.
We're just going to load it up. And each week we're going to add a new one.
Well, have you noticed that on the back of a lot of these pro football players that they have double names like that, Hayes Carver or whatever? It's kind of getting to be a big deal. And I guess I'm not sure why some of the players have that. I guess it's to recognize the mom and the father. I don't know. I'm not real sure about that.
I don't know.
Now, I know like Barbara Ann's name, Purple Haze, she has that in there too, you know, Barbara Ann Purple Haze Carver. But she added her name from her maiden name to my name, which is her last name now is Hayes Carver, Hayes - Carver. So that's her legal name.
That tells me she's not real sure about you.
She's on the bubble. It's a 50 kind of on a 50% deal.
Instead of changing everything completely, she just gets to erase.
There's a real line between.
Just put a line through the last part.
Yeah, it's like when I go, it's going to be like a Buster sign, you know, like a Ghostbuster. Carver and a Buster.
That's right. She can just scratch it off.
She figures that I'm already about halfway there. She might as well just add her name. Just make it easier when it's time.
Honey, how come Hayes showed up? Look in the mirror, sir. You ain't got much leg left on you.
You know, I hate to change the subject, but, you know, I lost a very, very dear friend the day before yesterday, and you may have met him, but you've seen him. He was the drummer that you saw with us in
Grand Prairie?
Grand Prairie.
Really?
David Pence died the day before yesterday. Long time friend of mine, great drummer. Very, very shocking. It was just, you know, one of those things I saw, and I just couldn't believe it, and touched base with his wife and devastated. She's heartbroken. And there's one guy that is so sweet guy. I mean, just a gentle man, and he's going to be missed. And he's gone. I was shocked, still shocked by it. Just never know, man.
Nope.
Never know. And he's just want to send a shout out to his family.
We'll say the good Lord had opening and they need to fill it.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't know anybody's spirit really or where they're at with the Lord, I guess. But from a standpoint of what I knew about him, there was none better.
Yeah.
Gentle soul, give his shirt off his back. Good Christian man. In fact, played every Sunday morning at his church. And
so you need me to show up with the cowbell and take that spot?
I think they're looking for there's an opening.
Okay.
I don't know. They might settle for just a cowbell guy for drummer, but I don't know.
We can make it work.
Well, maybe the two of us can
cowbells
because I play drums.
We're different sounds.
I'll go play drums. Yeah, I want to do the congas. Hey, Babaloo.
Yeah. I just want to do the snare drum and learn how to play Wipeout.
I know how to do that.
Remember that song Wipeout?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know how to play it. I'll teach you.
That guy had to be very skinny because every time he played that thing was just I mean, it got to be the fastest consistent song ever written.
Well, back in the day, they weren't able to dub either. Like you could just do a segment and then plug it in and keep it going. You had to actually really do it. So no telling how many takes he did, but it's a very famous.
I mean, the drummer and the guitar player and that never stopped. I mean, they were 100 miles an hour from
same lick over and over.
Wipeout, and it just took off.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
I wonder if Maddie can find Wipeout and throw that on our next segment. You can hear the opening of that. It's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's an instrumental version. I can't remember who did it, but it's called Wipeout.
Yeah.
Wipeout.
Yep. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. We're here at Classic Kia Carrollton. You got the EV6 starting at 40K. You got the EV9, 50K. The Sportage, get this, 27. The Soul at 20. The Seltos at 24. I mean, you got cars here that are less than, and you got the new K4, less than, brand new vehicle. Myself and Jesse Hull went out and drove it the other day.
What is that? Is that a?
It's a sedan.
Okay.
And get this, they start at 21.9
That's pretty crazy. Huh?
with locks and windows and tilt. I mean, all this equipment that was standard.
That's
on
an
it.
EV, right?
No, it's a
it's
ICE
not?
car.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The hybrid coming down the road, but
For that 4? Sweet.
Great car. You got the Carnival, the Telluride, the Sorrento, Celtis, Soul, Sportage, EV6, EV9, EV, more EVs.
Got the EV
And then
World.
and the new K4, K5.
They got the World EV of the Year.
Yep. Vehicle
World.
of the world. How do you get a world title?
Well, they managed to get it.
They did.
That was for the EV6, right? Or the 9?
The 9,
The
sitting
9.
right here on the showroom
Yeah.
floor.
Oh, my Lord. Look at that thing. That is one vehicle right
Yeah, I
there.
remember when Jesse brought one over to the house and he goes, check this out. He gets out and he takes the remote and drives the car down my driveway, standing outside. I'm like, that's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive.
Yep.
So
Anyway.
now, if you wrecked that doing that, would you still be liable?
Oh, yeah.
You're not in the
100%.
vehicle.
Still user friendly.
You're not in the vehicle.
Yeah,
I say, Judge, I'm not in the vehicle.
That's
I
right.
wasn't even close to the vehicle.
I was standing outside
I
just
was
watching
standing
this
out.
thing.
They
You
just-
know, it was possessed. It's got a mind of its
We
own.
need Judge Gregory to rule on that. or
He already
Scarlett.
has.
Oh, yeah, he would make them pay. Wouldn't he?
Oh, he's already said,
the-
look, this user friendly
If you're part of
is
the
user
vehicle,
guilty.
if you're, that's funny.
214-787-1190. There's something on your mind. Jump on board with us. 214-787-1190 or make your comments. Big Wheels will knock that out for you. Good morning, Scott Weathers.
Good morning, Scotty O.
Joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show today, live, Classic Kia Carrollton. Come on out. But we got a bunch of stuff for you. And another thing is, I got some more fun car facts.
Oh, that's going to be fine.
Last week, I got a bunch of comments from that. And then one of the topics we have this week is more technology or less. And I sent out a survey to find out what people think. Now, listen, if you want to be part of our survey group, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on the newsletter, and sign up. And I was shocked. I had over 200 emails that were changed
Oh, wow.
that did not receive the newsletter. So if you didn't receive the newsletter, I did go into spam, and I had to move about 50 or 60 over to the list.
I still haven't gotten mine.
We deleted you. You haven't paid for your subscription
Oh,
yet.
okay. Well, I'm the only one being charged for it.
Well, it is what it is. And get signed up. And then if you want to be part of the survey, in the next newsletter that's going out, there'll be a place to click to say yes. So when we send out the survey, we get your information, and it helps us, kind of give a thought on what's going on in the industry.
Yeah, we like your attitude about
what people
it.
are thinking. And
yeah. It's the only way we can really help people along the way is kind of how the masses are looking at things. And that's what we do. And those are some of the things we do on this show every Saturday morning. And if you're just tuned in here on the radio show, it's Talk Radio 1190, as you would probably think, since you're listening to it. We're here every Saturday from 8 to noon if you've never heard us before. So thank you for tuning in. But we're also on a lot of social media sites, audio and video. First of all, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, and then our sister page, Shifting Gears. Then we're on YouTube. When you go to YouTube, you have to search the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Be sure and add Radio Show in there. Then when we're on LinkedIn, and that's under Kurt Chase, KURTCHSE. And then we're on our couple personal sites. So there's a lot of places to get us here, and on the iHeartMedia app. So if you know some people that are out of state or out of our listening area in the Metroplex, just tell them to download the iHeartMedia app and then search Talk Radio 1190 Dallas. that will plug them into this particular radio show station, and then our show will be there. So a lot of places tune in. We're here to help people. That's the number one goal. So that should be a goal for yours to know that that's what we're doing to help your friends, neighbors, in-laws, outlaws, mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, any law you got except the real law.
Hey, coming up, today's the 26th, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's today, the Buick
Shocking.
Olds Pontiac Cadillac second annual car show. You want to see some cars. I mean, they got some cars. This guy handed us the flyer last week.
Where was it? It's the Methodist Church, isn't it? Somewhere?
Yeah, First Grapevine Methodist Church, 10 to 3.
Sweet.
$25 to put your car in there. Buick, Olds, Pontiac, and Cadillac. Second annual car show, October 26th, 10 to 3. First Grapevine Methodist Church, and that's on Church Street. 422 Church Street. Will Hoyt's, all those restaurants are right down the street if you're familiar with Main Street and Grapevine, which I absolutely love. You can stroll that thing any day of the week and go in all these little shops and knick-knack shops.
Cool.
Yeah, they got one in there that does oils and balsamics and seasonings. I'm in there. I love that place.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's going to be a great car show there.
Yep, hosted by the Lone Star chapter. And they have a rain date in here. We know it's not going to rain today. That's today, the second annual Buick Olds Pontiac Cadillac, and that is at First Grapevine Methodist Church from 10 to 3 today. So get out, and it's a great time to grab the kiddos and let them go back and see what life when it was wonderful, great, fantastic, no problems, no seat belts, windows down,
sleeping in the behind the
cruising
seat,
in 8,000-pound cars.
I used to ride with when I was real little with my parents, and I'd stand up in the middle of the front seat.
Oh yeah,
riding.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me though.
Yeah, my mom would go, I can't see out the rear view. Please sit down. You'd be standing up in the car.
1 minute.
We had jump seats because there was 9 of us in the car each time. So we had those jump seats that faced each other. Remember what you always used to do in the very back seat?
I'd sleep up in the window.
And the windows were down. What did you do?
Stick your head out.
Yeah,
no, you did the hand where you did the wind.
No, you did this right here and got the 18-wheeler to honk his horn.
Oh, yeah. They'd love that.
Yep, they did.
They still do it.
They will still do it. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You're a rich girl. Kyle Clark says, hey, I know that guy. Is that you or me?
Kyle Clark, my good buddy.
There it is.
He's a prince.
There you go.
He worked for Disney, and he was the prince.
I was afraid he was looking at me going like, that guy owes me money. I know that guy.
Kyle, he jumps out of airplanes all the time.
Good for him.
I think he went to Normandy and jumped on the beaches of Normandy.
Is that right?
Yeah, he is
It's a little while ago, isn't it?
He heads up the building and maintenance and everything at the church we're at for 12 years.
That's awesome.
With his beautiful wife, and he's got those beautiful kiddos, and he's jumping out of airplanes.
Not me. My luck is that I get one shot, and it won't be a good one. There's no way I can handle that.
Yeah, well, I can just tell you one thing that Kyle and I will never do together.
Jump out of an
airplane.
I wouldn't even jump if I'm tied to him, like how you do that, which is what they do if
He's
you're a novice.
he jumped Normandy in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's you see him. He's got on all the
So what do you mean by jumping Normandy? Is that where the original Normandy fight was you're talking about?
When they stormed the beaches of Normandy?
Yeah, he did it in 2024. So
I think he does it every year.
Scotty O asked if that was, how old is he? Because he was thinking original Normandy like I did. So that's kind of cool though still. Yes.
No, he's young. Kyle's young. He's way younger than me. I don't know how old Kyle is, in his 40s maybe. But got that beautiful wife. And
75. So, yeah, he's a lot younger.
A lot younger. And you always see him in his military gear with that big old, parachute he's holding on to, ready to
go. Huh?
Jump.
He said he's 59. Well, that's still a lot younger than you.
No way. Golly, life is good for you, buddy. Well, Psycho Dave.
Martin What up, big guy?
Psycho Dave.
That's him. My brother Psycho Dave tuned in. Dave Martin.
What
Always,
more could you ask
you
for?
can't ask for anything more.
No, you couldn't.
The show's now been made. It's now, what do you call it? What do they call it when you're blessed? There's a certain word I'm trying to think for it, but I can't think of it right.
Favored?
Yeah, that's not quite the word. I'll think of it maybe in a minute.
When you're blessed.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was blessed and highly favored.
yeah. I think we're kosher now.
Kosher.
Yeah, we're kosher because he's blessed it. This is the Automotive Edge Kosher Show.
Wow.
Ordained.
1 minute.
Huh. Would you jump out of an airplane?
Zero. The only way I'd jump out of a plane if I was in a plane and was about to crash. So
You'd wait right before it hit the ground, so you would just step off.
The option's a little better at that point to jump out of the plane with, of course, a parachute. But I wouldn't do it just because.
Well, I thought right before it hit the ground, you open the door and you just step out.
Like people do in their cars when
Yeah.
they go on and they roll out.
Yeah, you just step out and the plane crashes and you're good.
Right there, right the
Yeah.
last second. I don't think that'd be a very good idea either, but that'd be the only way I would do it.
Well, Mr. Sakala's on a plane this morning,
Going back to Pittsburgh?
going back with his daughter to watch the Steelers and the Giants play.
Well, they'll kill the Giants.
Well,
that
you would
team's
figure.
Bad.
You would figure.
That's a bad football team. And that might be a good game against Cowboys and Giants when they finally play.
Scott said, "You think I'd be moving?" No. It doesn't work that way, though. On a plane, before it crashes, you just step out. Or jump and roll.
Please
You know what it is? Jump and roll?
Cigars.
Tuck and
Place
roll.
your seats in the upright position and fasten your seatbelt. Please do not try to exit through the exit door.
214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Classic Buick GMC, Arlington, right there at Collins and I-20.
Sure.
And our buddy Jermaine. You want to be energized. You want to be in a good mood. You want to have fun buying a vehicle. You got to ask for Jermaine. He's a new car director there. And this guy brings heart and character to a dealership. And I got to spend some time with him. We had him on the show, and what a good car guy with great products. He's got some great specials going on right now on the Buick and the GMCs. They got the Hummer, and they got a really good Hummer lease. If you're wanting to lease one of them big bad boys and have some fun, the place, Classic Buick GMC Arlington, right there at Collins and 20. If you go online to Classic Buick or Classic Arlington,
Yeah.
and you'll see all their specials and everything. But I'm telling you, you want to meet Jermaine. He's the boss. He's the guy in charge of what they sell for and what your car appraises for. He's the numbers guy. And when you get there, just ask for him first. He'll put you with a salesperson, then he'll take care of everything else for you. The place, classicarlington.com. That's classicarlington.com. All right. So Kyle says, look up Liberty Jump Team,
All right.
and you'll see all the guys that like jumping out of airplanes.
What's it called again?
Look up Liberty Jump Team. So 214-787-1190 is the number. And also today we got Q&A coming up. Your questions are answers, and tell you what we think and what we like and don't like. Let's talk about what's going on. You got the end of the month coming up, and I don't know how long some of these manufacturers are going to be able to keep up with the discounts that they're doing right now. It's absolutely incredible.
Look at that group.
And
Oh,
yeah, I've seen it.
oh, you're saying, all right,
Oh yeah.
the team.
Mazda has just been on fire. They are up. If you look at their CX-50, it's up. Sales are up 85%. The CX-70 on fire. The new CX-90, which is their big bad boy with third row seating, on fire. They're expecting this year to sell over 400,000 vehicles. And Mazda came out this year, let's go Q2, on fire with incentives and APR ahead of everybody. And it has really brought a lot of people over. And I always tell them, have you driven the CX? Have you driven this? Have you driven that? No, go check it out. Because when people give me their top 3 or 4, it's pretty much all the same. I can almost guarantee when they say, when I ask, hey, give me your top 3 or 4, and I can actually write it down before they even answer. And I'll have 3 of the 4 on that list, if not all 4. And I said, well, how come you don't have Mazda on your list? Mazda? I've never looked at a Mazda. So just put on your list. Go take a look at it and see what you think. Mazda does very well. In fact, if you look, Toyota bought part of Mazda. Why? Because of their technology. If you go back to the good old days, your Ford Ranger was just about all Mazda, motor and transmission. And they've always built a really good, long-term, solid product. I mean, you go back in history from the Mazda Tribute, the RX-7. They came out with the Wankel motor, the rotary engine, and have always built a good, solid motor and transmission. And now Mazda, they have their big makeover where they want you to look at their place as a branded luxury brand. They want to separate themselves. They want to be that middle of the road. They don't want to be at this end. They don't want to be at that end. They want to be right in their own entity and lane. And with the discounts and rebates and incentives that they're giving, they're killing it. Tommy Melton is the new car director at Eldorado Mazda in McKinney, right there at 380 and 75. Stop in there and see Tommy. We've had all 3 people that went up, all 3 people bought Mazdas. I said, and there wasn't even on their radar. Wasn't even on their radar. They gave me their 3, and I said, well, here, let me add one to you. And your price point, I've got one better for you because it's going to fit into that price point and give you everything they need. And they couldn't believe it. They got up there. This is our first time, and all 3 of them drove home a new Mazda.
Well, they're great cars. That's why they should drive home in a Mazda.
Yep.
1 minute.
Let's see. How much are the Corvettes now? Brand new, and what do they all have on them? Well, they're hard loaded, and they start at $68,000. Best buy in the marketplace for a sports car in the world. And then go all the way up to, whatever you want to spend, a couple $100,000 on this new one, this new Z1. But
is this Z1? Is that the EV ICE?
No,
or
that's the
30 seconds.
E-Ray, which has the electric front, power to the rear.
We got a break.
Yep. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the Great One Big Wheel. Carver.
You don't do that anymore. I miss that.
Okay, I'll keep doing it. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Good morning, Kevin Morrow. I got to tell you what, that's a good person right there. Every time I see that man, he's got a smile and a hug for everybody, and he's a great chef. I mean, this dude can cook, and he's got 2 beautiful twin sisters, Carrie and Kelly. And what a super family! I remember his father, or actually Kevin, was with Furs or Wyatt's.
Oh, one of the cafeterias?
Yeah, and they were the ran the kitchen there. But Kevin, he's a heck of a chef. Him and I have fun in the kitchen together.
Ronnie Swain says, good morning.
Hello, Ronnie Swain. My buddy Ronnie Swain.
Your best friend now?
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, taking all my buddies away from me, huh?
Man, isn't that sad?
That's really sad. I get all the women, though, so that's a fair trade for me.
Yeah, you one up me on that one for sure. The women love Bo.
And I love the women.
I know you do.
So it works both ways. Hey, I'm going to go get a water. You want one?
Sure.
Okay.
Good morning to Miss Carol Coomer, my friend for many, many years, lady of the world, enjoying those grandbabies you are. Me too. We got grandbabies today, starting at 2:00 for the weekend, and I can't wait to get all my lovings and hugs and kisses and spend some money at the toy store. We will. If you'd like to join us today, 2 ways. Go to the Automotive Edge Facebook page, post your comments, or just give us a call at 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. and we would like to whatever you want to talk about. You want to give us a buzz? I mean, Kevin, if you came up with a new recipe and you want to share it, we take all phone calls here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Otherwise, we're here today live. Classic Kia Carrollton, come on out. And if anything, just take a look at their inventory and test drive their cars and see what you think. Because they got some nice product out here. And it's the end of the month on, Wednesday or Thursday. And they got the product. And they got the discounts and the incentives to help you out. No doubt about it. Certified, pre-owned, and new. Here today at Classic Kia Carrollton, right here at Frankfurt and 35E. And I'm looking out on the highway, and the wreck has cleared, and traffic is moving great in both ways. It was ugly at 6:30 this morning. You could barely move down 35. Luckily, I came in the back roads, MacArthur and 121. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us today. Kyle Clark, RX3 or 4? What does that mean? RX3 or 4? I don't know. RX3. What is that? Am I missing something here, Kyle? What is that? Ain't no bottles back there?
I think I saw it after I got that. I got it hidden in the back left corner. I saw that.
So you got us some city water.
No, it's filtered.
Is it?
I think. It's a, yeah. It tastes like pretty good water. If I don't make it through the show, I guess you'll know. Oh, we got to move over, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I got to adjust the screen here in a minute, so I guess I should just move this chair over.
So we don't want that one. The connector is this. Yeah. This will work.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're on a break here on Talk Radio 1190, and we're doing a little adjustment. I got a guest coming in to join us. Suggestion to help the intent folks. Do a walk around with the camera looking at the cars on the showroom floors. Okay. I could do that probably with this EV. A lot of them are not. They're on the other side. Ronnie, a lot of them are on the other side of the showroom. But I could show you that. That's the EV9, right? You need to get in here. Right here. You need to be in the middle. Right here. And Kurt will be there. You're here. And then I'll have to adjust the... get right there. And hand me that. We're good. Well, I just got one of these. That's good, though. All right. I don't know if this is... Yeah, this is yours. Get that under here. We're doing a little low. Is that under there? Let's put this under here like that. Hand me that. Is that? Yeah, let's get it up. Yeah, let's get it like that. There we go. And now move that over there. That's his. This is yours. We'll test it out after you put it on. Make sure you have the microphone right in your mouth like this. So get that squared away. Get you tuned in here. You want to check it?
Mic check.
Yep. Here, let's put it real close like that. All right, try it again.
Mic check.
All right. You hear yourself okay?
I can hear myself okay.
All right, good. That's what we're wanting. Right there.
Whoa, what we do here?
No, you're fine.
Come in as close as you can. I'll adjust it a little bit. Tell me when you think you can see all of us. I won't be in the picture at this point.
We're in. You're good right there. You don't need to do anything. Yeah, once you sit down.
But if I'm not the star of the show, they won't be able to see.
Yeah, they'll be able to see your big head. Looky there. Bam.
Hey,
We got him.
I'll adjust it a little better. It's all right. They don't need to see me anyway. They see me every Saturday anyway. Most of them want me to, shut up anyway.
No.
So have you done anything like this before?
I have not.
So this is new for you?
It's brand new.
Well, we don't make it easy, so I just thought I'd let you know right up front. Don't
That's-
you think he reminds you of
1 minute.
Judge Gregory a little bit?
Who?
And sounds like him a little bit too.
Wow, it's pretty wild. You study men that hard to figure out who they
Well, I've
resemble,
known Judge Gregory for
or,
a lot of
you
years.
know,
so-
where they placed in your life.
Did he have to put it that way? Listen, we already have enough trouble out in this world, and besides adding that kind of crap.
30 seconds.
So what you're saying is the hairstyle is the same as Judge Gregory.
But he kind of overall looks like it. Plus, he sounds like him when he talks.
Huh.
I mean,
Don't you have to have hair to make it a style?
Judge Gregory has the same hair.
I'm not saying that all bald guys look like Judge Gregory.
I think that's what you're saying. I have to get Judge Gregory to call in and tell him exactly what you're saying. So next time you show up in his courtroom, guilty. Not me.
He said that to me plenty of times, so it won't be the first time.
Speaking, we're currently taxiing out to the runway, and
Well, I've got
ready
Judge
for
Monk on
takeoff.
my side now
Those any
since my
turbulence,
first
we
comment
should
to it,
arrive
so
at
we're
our
good.
destination,
I'm good with all the judges.
safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge
Yes,
Airways.
sir.
And
My buddies will be in front of Judge Charbonnet here in a couple weeks.
All right.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, top of the hour, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We got you covered. And today we got you covered here at Classic Kia Carrollton. My buddy Jesse Hull, managing partner, and I've known Jesse for many years. And when we say family owned and operated, it makes a difference. The place, Classic Kia Carrollton, right here at Frankfurt and 35. The wreck is cleared, and we're rocking and rolling. With us today, general salesman, carman extraordinaire, flew him in all the way from La Brea, Las Vegas. He was at the Senior Citizens Bingo Parlor, working for a little extra change of
Made
money.
a killing.
Our buddy Wesley Gerhardt, how are you?
Man, I'm doing amazing. And yourself?
Doing good, doing good. Let's get right to it. Your big background, and you made it a point when you and I were talking. You're a used car guy.
I am a used car guy.
You're a used up car guy.
Yeah, used up. 20
Used
years.
up. And let's talk. You know what? Everybody, it's amazing. I remember the last time I did this, I had 8 cars, and I had them on a service drive, and I had 8 different pre-owned managers all bid the cars, and it was amazing their mindset on the cars, the way they appraised them, and the money they put in. I had them put it in a sealed envelope, and then we opened them up later to compare where everybody is on an automobile. And let's get your thoughts. Right now they're saying, hey, the used car market down 11%, and I want to help everybody before we turn this over to Wesley. When you look at pre-COVID and then going through COVID, everything went through the roof. So when used cars some were up 30%, 28%, whatever that number was, because there were no new cars. Used cars kept everybody alive and survive versus what was coming in. Everything was pretty much pre-sold. Is that when you take that 11% off, or you take that 12, you take 20% off, they're still high. They still have real good resale value. They're still bringing the money. So when I get to go, I just saw this article that used cars dropped 11%. From what? With who? Because everybody looks at them different. So Wesley, a car pulls up and one of your sales reps comes in and says, hey, we have a vehicle I need you to appraise. Are you the guy that just scans all the numbers and kind of looks it over? Or are you that meat and potato? Let's get in the car and find out about it.
No, I'm the meat and potatoes. I'm going to go out. I'm going to touch the car. I'm going to go through every panel. I'm going to pop the hood. I'm going to check every panel, and I'm going to test drive the car just like the guest is test driving ours. I'm going to drive it in preparation to purchase it, and I get excited every time we have a used car out there. And so every time I have a used car, it's an opportunity for myself to have a quality car here for the store versus having to go to an auction and buy a car I have no story behind.
Yeah. Well, the auctions are not fun.
They are not fun.
When, I was online the other day and I'm sitting here looking at a couple of cars. Somebody says, hey, can you find some cars? And I had some guys out the auction, and I see this car, it starts out about $3,000 behind MMR, which is Manheim Market Report. Next, it's a grand behind, then MMR, then 500 over, 1,000 over. I'm like, golly, you got to be kidding me. And so you and I see the behind the scenes. What the average consumer doesn't see is that the used car market is still very, very viable right now.
It is extremely viable right now. I mean, I'm watching everything, and the amount that it is going up. I can't pay too much for a used car right now. You show up and you come see me. I mean, I'm paying all of the money and then some.
Yep.
If somebody comes in, sorry.
Wow. Yeah. Bo,
hang on.
who just came in?
If someone comes in and they're leasing a vehicle and it's not a Kia, and they want to trade, how do you manage that? If you like the car, you'd like to buy from them, how does that work when that's the case?
Well, first case, I'm going to check and see if it's leased through a bank that we can actually pay it off.
Okay.
If I can't do it that way, I'm calling one of my partners around town to see if they want to purchase the vehicle so I can get a bid off of
From
it.
that dealer or that manufacturer, that dealer of a manufacturer, you mean?
That is correct.
Okay. And then you go from there?
Yes, and so I'll sit there and I'll get a bid from them and maybe one or two other places to make sure that I'm getting the customer the most bang for the buck, and then I will set it up that way. And obviously, if it has a payoff I can take care of, I take care of it right here at the store.
So that can happen that way?
Yes.
Yeah, because the manufacturer, if you lease through a manufacturer, they do not have to sell the vehicle for residual to a manufactured dealership.
That's why I was asking how that works.
So I had a buddy, he's has a BMW, and the payoff was $6,000 more than what his residual was. So they own the car. They can set the price whatever they want. There is no law against it that regulates. If Wesley calls and says, well, hey, I see this car, the residual's 19. Okay, if you want it's 24. It's just the way you got to play by.
Right.
But what his point is that person would go to the BMW store, sell it to them, and then turn around and sell it to Wesley.
But he could actually take care of it here, though, right? Through that dealership like that?
It depends on the manufacturer. Some of them, it does have to go over to the place. Some I can handle here within the store.
So there are kind of
Well, yeah, the main reason is the liability. If Wesley's looking at a car that's under lease, it needs to go back to that other dealership because they need to inspect it for damage. The car hadn't been wrecked because it's owned by somebody else.
Okay, right.
So, and he doesn't want that liability of just acquiring a car that may have been wrecked, and it's not even on a Carfax or reported. I mean, obviously Wesley's going to find it, but to have that transaction with another manufacturer is paramount.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is that it's a little extra step or a little extra movement, but you still may want that vehicle if you can get it worked out.
That's correct.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, because you're going to buy it for the residual, then you're going to pay your TT&L. But when he comes to trade it in with Wesley, he'll get that money back on the tax savings when he gets the next car.
Right, exactly.
So how much damage on a car? This has always been the big question. You go and you look at an automobile and you see the Carfax. It's been involved in an accident. Is that automatically turn off for you, or are you going to investigate it to see what you think about the car?
No, I mean, I'm going to investigate it, so whenever you're looking at the Carfax, I mean, you get some of them that say a minor accident and you go look at it and you can tell the car's had $10,000+ of damage done to it. And then you've got some that you go look at that say moderate, that you look at the back panel and that's the only one that's ever had paint work. And so, I take every car to its own and see how it was done, put back together, because not all of them have been in a severe accident to warrant not putting it back in the market.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, we both know that parts and labor are so stinking expensive, and the cost may not reflect the true damage to the automobile.
That is correct.
I've looked at some cars. One guy said, well, it's $15,000 worth of damage. And when I looked at it and the way the car was hit, the brain that they replaced and the different components of the car, my gosh, that was almost $10,000 of it. And the rest of it was just labor. Didn't make it a bad car. It's just the cost of replacement parts is so different now than it was when you and I first got started in this, that it doesn't make me shy away from putting a number on a car either.
I agree.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. So here at Classic Kia Carrollton, when cars are coming through, everybody's got a sweet spot dollar-wise when they're, trying to configure their inventory. Obviously, you got to appease the masses on what you have, but what's the sweet spot? Your thoughts right now in the auto industry on pre-owned automobiles?
I think the sweet spot right now is somewhere in that $22,000 to $26,000 range.
Yeah. What about cars over the SUVs?
The SUVs, I think, still in the lower to mid 30s in the SUVs.
Yeah.
On the bigger stuff, and so I've seen a lot of customers coming out buying 2 and 3 year old third row SUVs to put them down in a price point. Maybe somebody that can really afford a Seltos going for a 3 and 4 year old Telluride Sorrento.
Right. Well, I'm seeing a lot of people now. The sedans are a big thing. The kids are wanting the sedans. You now have a vehicle out there, that your new K4, that, boy, if that thing doesn't dominate the market, something's wrong, because you have a car that starts $5,000, $6,000 less than what the average. I guess the report I looked at yesterday, the average pre-owned vehicle is right a hair under 27,000, but you've got brand new vehicles for $5,000-$6,000 less than that.
Yeah, we've got them starting at 21,900 on a brand new K4. And I'll tell you, for all the technology that's packed inside these cars, it is a lot of bang for your buck.
No doubt about it. I got it was pretty cool. Jesse got the keys and went on a ride for me. Didn't charge me. Him and I demoed together. Pretty impressive. We didn't stop at the Pink Taco for lunch, though. Usually he buys lunch over there. We didn't have a chance to stop there, but that's one thing that I've noticed is a lot of the kids, and I'm so glad to see that Kia, as well as 4 of the manufacturers, are sticking strong to their sedans, because it's really what a new generation coming up is looking for. I believe that the sedans are going to play even a bigger part starting next year than ever before.
I completely agree with you. The amount of Fortes and now K4s that I'm watching to start move, I think you're really onto something there. Even the K5s, the amount that they're moving.
What about pickup truck? Pickup trucks still doing well?
Pickup trucks are always doing well. Any pickup truck that you can, especially you can get under $30,000.
Yeah, buddy.
It's not making it out of cleanup.
I gotta tell you, when I saw these massive rebates and incentives on pickup trucks across the board, it's $14,000. I mean, it's just unbelievable that your average discount, rebates, incentives, everything all put together, about $14,000 average, and it's not hurting the resale value of the vehicle. I mean, we're in the truck capital of the United States, and you would figure, if you have a vehicle out here that you have a $7,500 rebate on, obviously when you come to appraise the next one, you're going, well, you have to take that into consideration. But pickup trucks is just whatever, you're going to put into it, and it's going to turn around and sell.
Oh, I mean, that is completely the case. I've been watching the rebates go up, and it almost seems like MMR that you were speaking about earlier continues to climb on the trucks, even as the rebates increase.
Yep. And if you got a diesel truck, let me just tell you, diesel trucks are killing it right now. I have a list, and people are begging for diesel trucks. There's 2 of the regular, the 1,500 half-ton trucks with diesels are gone. There's only going to be 1 manufacturer that's actually going to continue to produce that vehicle, but they are bringing all the money and the sedans. I've got more people calling about sedans, and we're at a place now where you can buy a brand new one cheaper than what the average pre-owned vehicle is going for. Classic Kia Carrollton. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. Joining us, Wesley Gerhardt, General Sales Manager here at Classic Kia Carrollton, the new man up to bat, making difference, making changes, and combined meeting. He's the one with the say-so on the final numbers and take home a new or pre-owned Kia today. Quick break. Bo?
What's that?
What are you doing?
I'm over here trying to learn something.
Okay. Well, we'll while Bo's
I'm
learning, Wesley and I'll keep going at it. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ty. Have a great show. Last Saturday, I looked down, and I had tore up my toe so bad that it was bleeding through my boot.
From what?
I dropped a big old rock on it, working in the yard barefooted,
wow.
and I tore that thing up. And so I went to stand up, and I just felt something not pop, but just kind of give. And I'm loading stuff in the truck. And I looked down at about a $50 size of blood that already came through my boot.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to take my boot off either.
Did you? What are you going to do with the boot?
I already got it cleaned up.
Oh, they're going to get?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I showed a guy, and he goes, oh, this is easy. About 30 minutes later, he brought that boot back with a mark on it.
Ty had his
He was a true cobbler.
Oh, I gotcha. Ty was out there with his truck last Saturday, and what a gorgeous that sucker is, man.
Yeah.
Classic. Well, there was a car show out in McKinney last week where we did our car show, and it was awesome. Great day. It was for the first responders for the guns and hoses.
I remember a couple years
Yeah.
ago, the guy offered, he was standing there and Ty had his truck, and Ty heads up Connor's car show. His son has Down syndrome. We have a big car show, about 600-700 cars every year out in Keller. And the guy walked up and he's looking at Ty's car and he says, I wonder if he'd take 100,000 for
That
this
truck?
truck. And he goes, you're not even halfway there, sir.
No.
I went and I looked over. I was like, what? And he goes, oh, yeah. And told me what that build was. But
Yes.
what a truck, though. I mean,
Oh.
you're not going to see another one like it.
No.
So,
They're still battling this wreck over here. Been going on for a
yeah,
long
well, they
time.
just loaded up the rest of them and the fire engine just left. But yeah, that's a mess.
When it loads up there, it loads up there. I'm telling you.
Yes. Well, I come from the north because I live in Ponder, and I saw the sign says a wreck at 35 in Frankfurt. I said, I hope it's just south of Frankfurt because that's the exit I'm taking. Sure enough, it was. So it was all good. But it was a mess, real mess over there when I was getting here. I got here at 7:15, and so it's been going on for 2 hours trying to clean that up.
And what another nice, gorgeous day we're going to have.
But even better because it's going to be only 82 today.
Yep.
That is stunning.
We got the grand kiddos. We're going to the pumpkin patch and Boo in the zoo.
There you go.
Yep.
Are you going to Dallas Zoo?
Oh, no. Fort Worth. Yep. And we were out.
What's wrong with the Dallas Zoo?
Is there anything wrong with it?
Well, you looked at me like there might have been.
No, that's a haul for me. The Fort Worth Zoo is
Yeah, it is
20
closer.
minutes away.
What's the
Dallas
nicest
Zoo.
zoo anyway? I'll say it.
I haven't been to Marcella Zoo since I was young.
Yeah.
Many moons ago. But they've expanded. In fact, they just got a bond approval and money came in for several millions of dollars to expand it.
Speaking of the three names, we have Robert Coronado Sanchez Sr.
That's right.
Good morning, Kurt. Here at work. He's
Yeah,
working,
buddy.
Tuning in. Well, thank you, Roberto. Appreciate that.
I grew up with the Coronados. I grew up with the Sanchez. I grew up
What
with
a
the
name.
Hurtados and the De La Garzas at Nimitz. Played football with all of them, grew up with all of them, and still saying, you heard Hurtado Barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, their uncles are guys that I grew up with.
Sweet.
And it's amazing that they used to all be boxers.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I'll never forget it. Cleo Coronado.
Did you roll with any of them?
I did. I got in the ring one time with Cleo Coronado, and I bet he wasn't 90 pounds wet and beat the living snot out of me. So the coach was like, hey, we're going to box today. And so, I growing up with five brothers, I have no issue with that. Man, I couldn't hit that guy.
Of course, he's having jaw problems now ever since. He just talked about that early this morning. Yeah, going to have another surgery. We didn't even get back to that a while ago.
Yeah. More metal pins in my
the
jaw.
On the left or right or both?
On the left. Yeah, they went in there and had to cut the gum open and put synthetic bone in there and build it up. Now they're going to put these steel posts in or titanium and
pretty soon he's going to look
in the
like
back.
Herman Munster with a couple of bolts in his neck.
I'm not going to make it through TSA.
They're going to go,
sir, it looks like you got a weapon in your jaw.
Ding, ding,
well,
ding,
you're
ding,
probably
ding,
close.
They're going to have to x-ray his head.
Yeah, the doctor goes, sir, have you ever been in a fight? I went, no. My wife goes, he's a liar. I have five brothers, Come on. There's a little fisticuff.
Well, then he wanted to go to WinStar and do a boxing thing just a few years ago. And did.
214.
They had to drag him right out of the ring.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs. Today, Classic Kia Carrollton joining us, Wesley Gerhardt, General Sales Manager, and he's got a mindset to make this thing rock and roll. And it comes down to 3 Ps. Always has in the business: people, process, and the product. You got the right people taking you through the right process, and then the product will be paramount at the end. And remember the 80-10-10 rule. And I teach this. I just got through working with a bunch of salespeople, and I always teach them this. 80% of it is the demo drive and learning about the car. It's not negotiating. It's not figuring out your trade. Wesley can figure out your trade in minutes once he gets done doing his magic on the automobile and figuring things out. And then the rest of it is making sure that you love it. And it's not just whipping it up the block and down and go, wow, it's new. It must be good. If you're not spending a good 30 minutes in that vehicle and driving the conditions you're accustomed to driving, you don't know whether that vehicle is going to work for you. Now, because, Wesley, you know as well as I do, that buyer's remorse is a booger.
It is a booger. And so, it's a requirement over here to go on a test drive.
Yeah.
And so I want everybody to sit in the seat. The last thing I ever want is somebody second guessing a purchase they ever did. And I'm glad I do, because there's other customers that would have bought a car that ended up switching because they actually did go on the drive.
We got a question here. Randy Tucker says, if a manufacturer built a size pickup that was more plain, didn't have a lot of technology in it, like, maybe power windows or something like that, do you think that they'd sell a bunch of them if it was like around the $20,000 mark? I would think they'd give them, they'd be lined up to get pickups like that. We've talked about that a lot.
Well, we
having
sent out
vehicles that were.
Well, look at the survey we got.
Yeah.
Almost 300 people sent back and said, look, if you had wing windows, crank window,
Right.
wing windows, you know what wing windows are? And then the crank windows
Mhm.
with just a basic AM FM stereo in it, we would buy the snot out of them.
Yeah,
it was
'cause
amazing how many
yeah.
people that said they don't want the technology. They don't
Correct.
want all the junk on it. They just want a pickup truck with the basics on it. And you can't, if you look at a truck with the basic, it actually costs you more than one with equipment on it.
Yeah, because they don't make as many.
Right.
So that the supply and demand thing makes it go higher. But yes, to answer your question, we did a survey of that, and that is correct. People would love that. They'd sell the heck out of them, but that's just not going to happen.
Good morning, Mark Blackburn. He is the happiest guy in the world. You won't meet a happier guy than Mark Blackburn. You won't. We played football together from Lamar all the way into high school. He played, and got a beautiful wife, and he's living life. You won't meet a happier human being than Mark Blackburn. Thanks for joining us. So when you talk to consumers, are you still one of the managers? Hey, did you drive the car?
Oh, absolutely. I ask them. Absolutely. Every time.
And those salesmen just in there going, oh, no, he asked.
But, we get involved so early into the process because I want the managers out meeting everybody that comes through.
Yeah.
And so it's
I'm liking you more.
You've got to start early and often with everybody.
Yeah. I think a lot of times, I would just tell you, when I was selling, I always had the guy goes, look, I know everything about this car. We don't need to drive it. It comes down to money. I said, okay, well, here's the deal. My boss is going to come out and ask you one question.
Did you drive the car?
Did you drive it? He goes, got you covered. And I looked at him, I said, no, you don't understand. He goes,
No.
what would happen if you said no? You're not going to see me here tomorrow. It was so taboo. And if you couldn't get him to drive, you had to go to the desk and go, hey, I can't get Joe Bag of Donuts to drive the car. But for a manager to walk in to drive it, nope. It was never a good thing.
So how many people come in and say, well, I don't need to drive it? I mean, what would be a percentage you would think that said?
I'd say 10%. 10%.
Wow, that's high to me.
Well, let's
To
just
me,
say
it
that you had
sounds
somebody
high.
that bought a Kia Soul and are on their third one. They just want Wesley to look at their current trade and, hey, pull up another Kia Soul. I mean, you have those brand loyal people.
I get that.
But it's very, very rare. And the way they're changing these vehicles up, I still think,
they need
even
to
if
drive.
it's, I think they've gone like 3 years now. It used to be a new model every 4 years, come out on the fifth. Now it's way faster. But they still need to drive it because the ergonomics of the seats could have changed or something in there to go, wait a minute, it doesn't feel or drive like my last one did. But I agree. I think you coming out, hey, my name's Wesley, and I want to make sure everything's going well. That pre-deal introduction, I think, is paramount in the dealership.
Well, we had a customer earlier this week that was looking at a Sportage that ended up going to a Sorrento, and they didn't want to drive. And glad they did, because the armrest was just a little bit lower than what they were used to.
Right.
And
There you
so
go.
they ended up switching models all because of a feel of an armrest.
So you do encourage them, no matter what, to say drive the vehicle, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and the thing about it is it's not up and down the highway. Everything drives great up and down a highway, but take that thing off the back road, go across some railroad tracks, go stick it in a parking lot of a grocery store,
Drive it in your
and
garage.
check out the cameras.
Check it out, the whole house coming out of your back, backing out of your driveway, whatever. All those things. It's what you're going to need to know, because that's what your normal driving is.
Yeah, I had a guy that showed up and he bought a vehicle and he goes, this is it. My wife said it's not going to work. He says, I got this, being us guys. They got it home and they did a mock set up for a road trip. They go to Eureka Springs every year for a week, and they were short getting stuff in.
There you go.
And so he called me up and he goes, guess what? So I knew him. I went by and she's just standing with her arms folded, biggest grin on her face. She goes, guess what, Kurt? And I'm like,
Yeah.
not going there. But, and that's the thing. Take that vehicle home. You have no problem somebody taking them going, hey, we want to make sure we can load the Telluride up with all our belongings and family. We'd like to take Telluride to the house.
I have zero issues with that.
Yeah, bring it in. So your car's out there now. We can get new. We can get pre-owned. And how's certified going?
Certified's going amazing. I've got a good selection of certified pre-owned.
And talk about what certified means to you and the dealership before you sell it.
I mean, certified to me is a car that's gone through the shop, that's top notch. It's going to be one step off of new for people. And so people that, you know, they have a Forte budget might be able to go to a K5 that need a bigger vehicle. And the car's gone through a full check inspection, going to continue its 8-year, 100,000 miles. Warranty, along with giving you an additional 12 months, 12,000 mile comprehensive.
Wow.
Yeah, you're bringing this as close to new specs as you possibly can with the wear and tear that's on the vehicle.
That's correct.
And so it's buy-in.
So basically, the
certified's a
difference.
great way to go. And now there's a big separation between new and certified, where if you back up a few years ago, it didn't matter. It's just whatever you get your hands on. But if you go pre-COVID, that number was close. Now you got a pretty good separation. You go, well, hey, this is really a good buy versus a new vehicle. If the new vehicle's out of your budget, certified is the way to go.
Absolutely.
What are you going to say, Bo?
I was just going to say the only really difference between a new and that is just the fact that somebody owned it once before you.
Yep.
That's it. And then they take great care of it. And then y'all redid your thing to make it even bring it up to the level of practically brand new, other than the fact that it's just on once before.
Absolutely. That's correct.
You know, it's funny. People still believe in this massive depreciation when you drive across the lot. And
40%, you said, right? They
well,
say,
the number one answer is 30 to 35%. And I'm going, what did you buy that lost 30 to 35% when you hit the curb? But I mean, I know you've heard it too growing up, mom and dad, grandpa, whoever, never buy new. You know what's going to happen? You're going to drive it off that lot and the thing's just going to be not worth nothing.
Oh,
we're in different times.
And we still get the customers that come in that believe that to today. I'm going to come in and let the people, I'm going to buy a 1-year pre-owned and let the first person take the hit.
That's exactly right.
The fact is there's not much of a hit going right now, not compared to what people think.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that the manufacturers have squeezed the profitability margins between invoice and MSRP, where that's just not the case. I mean, when you got cars out there, I found 14 cars that have less than $400 markup between invoice and MSRP, and I found 3 vehicles with 0 markup in it. 0. I'm going, so how can you lose 30% when you're driving off the lot when it has 0 markup or $300 or $400? It doesn't happen. Wesley Gerhardt, General Sales Manager. Can we get you stop by here again a little bit?
Absolutely.
Super. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to pay some bills, let him work some car deals. We'll get him back on here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show live. Classic Kia Carrollton, Frankfurt, and 35E. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Beautiful.
Great job.
Blame it all on my roots. I
Showed up in
My
boots.
roots.
ruined your blind tie. Last one to know.
I'm going to tell you what, that Mark
Last
Blackburn,
one
if you ever hung out with
to
him,
show was the
Yeah.
last one.
you would leave with your stomach hurting.
Laughing so hard.
Yeah, he lives out on the lake. I forgot what lake him and Laura live on. But he's been with the elevator company since he was a kid. And good people.
Like building
Him and Charlie Davis were buddy all the way through school growing up.
Cool.
Yep.
Like installing elevators and stuff.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know if
Or
I don't think
working.
Mark is. I think you now oversee the maintenance of the elevators, if I'm thinking correctly. But yeah, he was always. I mean, God, he was like a giant in Lamar. Always, heads over everybody. And
Oh, really?
yeah, he was like I had to be the tallest tight end in 5A, 6A football at Emmets High School.
There you go.
Yeah, but you had Mark Blackburn, Charlie Davis,
And the line.
Gene Hilliard, Raymond Ruiz, Ronnie Bentley. I can tell you all the guys that played there. Dennis Moore, Billy Harris. That
Y'all should have a football reunion.
Kim Ball. That we all played together at Lamar, and then I played my freshman year, and then that was it for me. But those guys played all the way through their senior year.
What are you talking about, Ronnie? He has his ups and downs. You talking about me?
Yeah, we know what's going on.
Come on, Ronnie.
Best friend.
Dude, man, got to find me some new friends.
You got some good friends.
Yeah, I know we need to get together, Ronnie, with my brother again. We'll meet you somewhere out that way. So he went to the same high school my brother did in Beaumont.
So he wasn't a purple brother.
No, I don't think we'd have him. Now that he's turned coat on me here on the show, we wouldn't have him as a purple. When's the purple vet coming? Speaking of purple,
Any day.
that's what I heard last week. He said, he thought it might even already been here.
Any day.
Can't wait for that. Oh man,
I'm just going to give it to you.
Yeah, right. I'll trade my purple base for that purple vet.
All right, you're in.
uh,
I'd probably keep that base longer than I would that Corvette.
yeah, I'm thinking that's exactly what's going to happen.
My brother goes, "How long are you going to have it?" And I went,
The first time somebody pulls you over because it's going to be such a gorgeous color, and I'll tell you one thing: people that like purple, they want everything purple. So the first purple person that would see that vehicle, they're going to pull you over like you had with your A&M color and go, they're a TCU fan. You're in the middle of the purple area of TCU. They're going to pull you over and go, what you want for that?
Yep.
So I'm guessing
same thing I did. I had a Laguna Blue one.
4 to 5 months, probably. Just enough where you got a chance to drive it a little while, and then somebody going to pull you over.
Yeah, my first one I had 1,100 miles on it.
What color was that?
It was Laguna Blue.
Oh, that's pretty color.
It was gorgeous. And then I had the A&M color, and it was gone. The blue one gone. The gray one
30 seconds.
gone. I didn't even get to enjoy them.
Ronnie was saying he was talking about the elevator guy. He has his ups and downs. Way to go, Ronnie. That was good.
Outstanding.
That's funny.
Boy, you just got a guilt complex real quick, didn't you?
Oh, well, I figured it was coming anyway, one way or the other. Might as well accept it. That was a good one, though. I like it. That's why we like all the input. So we're going to be having Christmas music probably here pretty soon. Huh?
Yep.
Maddie's going to have to load up some Christmas stuff.
She is, against her will. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. You know, that Stevie Wonder song was just playing. I watched a video last night where Eddie Murphy is teaching Stevie how to sing and move.
Really?
It is outstanding. He goes, okay, now clap your hands, start moving left to right. And he's talking just like Stevie.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what, I watched it 3 times and I was in tears. My stomach was hurting. I was laughing so hard watching
him do that. Right?
Him impersonate Stevie with Stevie there. Kind of like Belushi and Joe Cocker.
Right. Exactly. That's
same
right.
thing.
Awesome.
Good stuff. 214-787-1190 is the number. I don't know why my nose won't quit itching. Sorry, everybody watching, but my nose is really itching. 214-787-1190. Maddie, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
So do you like Christmas music, Maddie?
It depends what kind of Christmas music.
Do you like Bing Crosby Christmas music?
Sure.
Wow. She said, I guess she knows who Bing Crosby
Oh, I'm sure
is.
she does. I mean, that's played every year. You can't miss it.
Yeah. 214-787-1190. Let's keep rolling. I was asked the other day what I think for 2025. And I think for 2025, going into 2025, 2026, you're going to see a lot more hybrid. I mean, hybrid is the deal right now, and they're trying to attain that cafe. And I figure every manufacturer would throw an electric car to hit that cafe, and the cafe is a corporate average fuel economy. So their whole inventory has to match up to hit this number, whatever the number the government puts in, which is dumb. There should be no cafe. Cafe is ridiculous. There should be none.
The only cafe is when you go to grab a sandwich or a
Cup
burger.
of coffee, yeah. And so hybrid, you look at Camrys, all Camrys coming out now, hybrid. The next generation Corollas, all hybrid, and go on and on and on. And when you go to these websites now and you look at all the different models, keep scrolling down, because then you'll see it in hybrid and electric, the availability on it. And so I think that hybrid technology is going to be really the big thing. You're going to see
Isn't it
it.
kind of already proven that?
Well, it has. I mean,
you're kind of dancing around it, but I think that people are really going to buy those vehicles because they are really great.
When you take a look at, the first hybrid that came out, everybody was really gun shy about it, and that was the Toyota Prius. And the Prius just took hold when people started understanding the technology, because it was so far advanced, something that people were not expecting. When you watch the dash went from orange to green to blue. And so that would tell you when you have a regenerative system, which regenerates the battery. When you hit the brakes or when you slowed down, you weren't accelerating, then you could watch the colors of the dash. That was the biggest thing that people were going, we had a hard time adjusting the color of the changing of the dash. But now it's just basic technology. You don't have all the dash coloration movement and everything. It does tell you what's going on and what exactly it's doing. But that hybrid technology, it continues to grow and grow and grow. And I would figure by 2028, 90% of everything out there is going to be hybrid technology, which I would think would trump all of the electrification out there. When you have a hybrid car that you're putting gas in, we get the right president here in a couple of weeks. We drill, baby, drill, and gas prices get under $2. The charging stations are not there. The power grid still needs to be upgraded and everything. That hybrid technology is really going to make a lot of sense. I still believe that there's going to be a lot of people that have a car or two and maybe their third option or second option for what do you call it? Your next generation under baby boomers, Gen X, whatever they call it, or empty nesters will have that electric car. But I don't think it's going to be their predominant part of their transportation for the family. In fact, a lot of people that I talk to, it's funny. I say, hey, can I ask you about your Tesla? Can I ask you about your Lightning? Can I ask you, is that your primary driver? And probably 20% or so go, yeah, it is. The rest of them go, well, no, I have it's funny. A lot of them that have electric have a big SUV, a big Yukon or a Suburban or, a Navigator. They have the big vehicles. And well, no, we have the electric and we kind of balance it out. And I think that's the way things are going to go. The way it's so hard now to find charging stations that work and then the time to charge the batteries. And I would just tell you this, you don't want a 440 or an 880 power system powering that car up to try to get you out quicker. That's just something you don't want. I just can't imagine. Plus what it would do for the grid. But I still believe wholeheartedly that hybrid is going to be the next thing. And then more cars. I think that the manufacturers have to be round tabling. I can only believe going, hang on a second here. We have so convoluted the waters with SUVs, and the kiddos are not buying SUVs. I don't hear any kids at graduation going, hey, Mom, Dad, can I have an SUV or a crossover?
And some manufacturers have done away with all sedans altogether.
Yep. And
which I don't get either.
Yeah, so bringing those back or continuing on with your sedans, I think is going to be a big thing for moving forward after 2025, 2026 and forward. That sedans are going to have a prominent place in the auto industry, mainly because of price point, because we never know what's going to happen with the stock exchange or the economy or this, that, or the other. And people like that cushion of that $25,000 to $30,000 sedan. It's really, really popular and growing more in popularity. And as I go around and I look at some of the top selling cars we're going to get into, there's one sold every 15 seconds.
Wow.
How about that? Or 15 minutes, whatever it is. I got to look at
15 seconds. I'm going to say that might be a little fast, but anyway.
I think that's right.
Wow.
Let's see here. I had it.
Will Sakala says, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, one sold every 15 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, so Will, I guess he's boarding a plane or getting ready to touch down, one or the other.
So I hope you all have a great day. We're heading to the Berg.
Yep.
And so is Kelsey said the same thing. Said, good morning, guys. Wish me luck. Flying with my dad for the first time today.
Oh,
LOL.
boy.
Hang on. He's going to be hanging on, so get ready.
I got to tell you, Kelsey, you need to videotape that. And for someone who's having a bad day, have them show a picture the second turbulence hit, what your dad does as a passenger on an airplane. It's the funniest thing you ever seen.
I told Kelsey to run out on the field like the gal did last week.
Well, you would think that's going to be an easy game, and I bet it is. And
I told them they're going to kill the Giants. That
Yeah.
team's bad.
yeah. So have a Pamani's for me. And then
You think he gets one every time he goes?
Oh, yeah, guarantee you he does. There was a Pittsburgh Steeler hat that I just saw online. A good-looking hat. I'd wear it.
Wow. Did you hear that, Will?
I mean, I'd wear it. I'm a ball cap guy.
Oh, wow. You might want to buy it for him if you want
But
to.
it didn't have all the big yellow, all the big stuff wrapped around the hat. It just
Right.
had a really cool gray emblem on the front.
Oh, there you go.
I'd wear that in a heartbeat.
There you go. Will,
So-
don't let him get away with it.
I don't know why I'm saying that with Will on, because
I know.
and I'm still getting all the emails from Pittsburgh Nation,
That's greatness.
and I've already unsubscribed
He
and
did it
deleted
all.
the app
Still,
because
it
I bought
doesn't
the
matter.
ticket, and they won't leave me alone.
No, it keeps
They're
happening.
trying to reel me back in.
It never happens.
Yeah, I can't do it. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. One thing that I also see coming up in 2026 is more luxury changes. And the one thing they have to do is they have to start coming down on their prices. You look at the some of the luxury lines that are out there, they're down anywhere from 22 to 33%, which is huge. And so what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to start dumping a ton of money in discounts to get rid of them. And I just think that pricing on these cars is getting so far out of whack. And you see it with pickup trucks. When you look at your average truck, is $48,000. I mean, $48,000 for a truck. But what are they doing?
84 months.
You got $14,000 to $16,000 off, depending on where you're at.
And some
$14,000 to $16,000 off sticker.
And longer financing ability. So
Yep.
That's basically how people are going to be able to do it, because everything's so blooming high. Houses are way out. Any grocery, any shirts, pants, shoes. Look at some of these shoes that you go buy, this athletic type.
Yep.
$100 or more, 150.
And they're building them for $10 a pair.
Exactly. It's crazy. We just live in a time where it's choking the people out of reality, and hopefully that we can have something that might be able to change that here in a couple of weeks going into the new year. It's got to happen.
Yep. They've got to come down. The pricing has to come down, and it's not through rebates. Rebates kill the value of cars, especially when you look at some of these vehicles that they have right now. I saw one the other day that they're running $16,000 off MSRP on all in stock, and he had like 22. I'm going, there's not a vehicle average markup in a vehicle. Average markup across the board about $1,750. And when you're talking about,
so how are they able to do that when that's the case?
well, it's just what the manufacturer gives them to do.
Oh, okay. I got you.
They got to keep those assemblies running. And so what do? Just take the hickey on it and get rid of it and move on. And I had a buddy, he told me he sold a $100,000 rig, $100,000 rig, and his commission was $150 because they had to get rid of them. I'm going, wow, $100,000 rig, and you're making less than 1%. Unbelievable.
It's time to take a break on that one.
214-787-1190. Big Will Bo Carver, don't go away because he's coming back with a fury.
Yes, sir.
Here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show today, live, Classic Kia Carrollton. We'll be right back.
He said, not that I would buy one, but I got to work on a new, smaller Mazda sedan at $25K. It wasn't a bad little car.
Yep.
That's Ron Weiss said that. Obviously, he's a mechanic.
This has got to be one of her favorite songs. She plays every Saturday. She really likes Lady A.
Well, nothing wrong with that. We're getting used to it. See, I think she's indoctrinating us to some of the new music.
She has.
I still don't know who they are.
You remember Lady Antebellum?
Yeah.
Well, then that's Lady A.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
look up what antebellum means.
What?
And so people didn't like it.
Okay. I don't know what it means, but I guess it was socially
And
unacceptable.
nor do I care.
And nor did I care. Exactly.
You know.
Now that you told me that, I don't even want to care about it. I mean, really? Come on. Are we that sensitive? I don't get it. But that's the way we roll nowadays. Locksmith. Oh, okay. Cool. Are you in the Metroplex, Dallas-Fort Metroplex? Well, that was a slam dunk.
Hello.
Rock my eardrums on that one. Good morning, Gary Coker. Ron, are you in the Dallas-Fort Metroplex? Cool. What's your locksmith name? What do you have a company name? Well,
My buddy Gary Coker.
Yeah, your best friend.
Yep, my best friend Gary Coker. God, that hurts, doesn't it?
When you flop the microphone like that?
No, it hurts when you hear that.
No, it hurt when you slammed the microphone down to answer the phone. That's what hurt.
I didn't slam it.
It was drop mic.
Okay, I dropped mic, but
Well,
I didn't
it
slam
hurt.
it.
My ears are
I'm
bleeding.
going to slam it
just
next
like,
time, though,
just
just
like
for
your
that.
toe. My ears are bleeding. Yeah.
Uh,
So they were
God, that
able
was so weird to look down and
blood on your boot.
came through my boot.
Wow. They're going to be able to get that blood
It's
out.
gone.
Wow. Is it that cobbler where that has the cop car out
Yeah.
front?
Yeah. He's the best.
It's close to you, and I would go
Yeah.
there too. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he has. Let me see that. And he has this, it was like a steamer with a suction on it.
Right?
He started steaming everything, put that thing underneath there and just kept
Sucking
pulling on it. And
Wow.
put this stuff on the top. And he says, the stuff has pores. Obviously, the blood came up through.
Right. Right.
And
Well, that's pretty sweet. I would think, man, that might have done, that might have been have to throw away.
bite his ear off.
So
Here's another one, Daisy Espinosa Ramos.
Hey.
Everybody listening today, except for Gary
There's
Coker, has
multiple
3
names.
names. And Ronnie Weiss.
Ron has Papa Lock. That's his company. So
Who's that, Ron Weiss?
what are you talking about here? Oh, you got to be kidding me.
What?
So I got in trouble for going against the community standards for violence and excitement. And you know what I said?
What?
This was to Will. Be safe out there. Y'all should kill the giants. And that's what they were getting me for community. Dude, that's ridiculous, dude. Give me a break.
Who did? Who got you?
The community standards. Give me a
For
break.
who?
For me. I posted that to Will on our show. I said, y'all have
What community, though?
a FB community.
Really?
Yeah.
And they didn't like that?
Yeah, I said y'all should y'all should kill the giants, and that went against the community standards. Really? Obviously, people don't know about football when they're these.
Wow,
Crazy
way to go,
people
Bo.
for
You're
football.
making Facebook, and they automatically pick that up.
All the guys saw it. Got it. Well,
And
I
what
guess,
does it say?
I'm sure it's AI related. That's kill.
And what does it
what's
say?
the-
Don't do it? Or
And when
gonna-
I get, or I could post it or delete it. I just deleted it. Give me a break.
You have got Facebook, man. You're going
Kill
to Facebook
the giants,
jail.
and they go like, "I'm against the community standards." Well, I'm saying it live, so how you
Wow.
like that?
That's right, Ty. He's getting blocked again. Man, Ty, I sure did miss you Saturday. I want to come and hug your neck and
I
be
saw him.
outside. I know. I didn't get to. I had to
Oh,
leave.
you didn't? Yeah, I know.
I couldn't hardly walk. I said, man, I had to get out of there.
He's getting old.
What are you talking about?
You getting old.
Who's old?
You couldn't get out to see him because you're just getting too old.
Man, my foot was throbbing. It was beating with my heart.
Gary bite my ear off. Come on, dude. You guys are hard on me this morning. I got to find a new set of group. I got to need a good group.
Great song.
Probably going to be against standard, community standard with
There you
FB.
Way to go. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Edge Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We got you covered. Let's talk about 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. Get this. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
$16,500 off a 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. $16,500 off. How do you like me now? Colorado Crew Cab starting at $27,900. Tahoes and Suburbans, $8,000 off. Tahoes and Suburban, $8,000 off. If you can go to ElDoradoChevy.com. That's ElDoradoChevy.com. Look at all their specials. And they have one vehicle out there we're going to be talking about coming after the top of the hour break that has really, really turned out to be a beautiful vehicle. And I'm a visual guy. I look at everything. And there's some cars that I'll kind of, cheese on the residuals just because I like the way it looks and drives. I will. And then I'll make it mine and turn around and dump it pretty quick. But I'm going to enjoy it. But this is not one of them. This one they've totally redesigned and boy, it's some true eye candy. And there's a whole bunch more. The place, Eldorado Chevy, 380 and 75 in McKinney. My buddy Jason Long, Rusty McDonald, Jazz Gill, Mark Welch, and the gang. There's a great way to shop, and there's a great way to buy. You get both at Eldorado Chevrolet in McKinney, 75 and 380. We've had people drive in from Oklahoma City, Lubbock, Texas, El Paso, Beaumont, Waco. We get talking. I'm like, look, make the drive, save some time. But the money you're going to save, and don't have to worry about all the back and forth.
Well, a lot of times the deal's almost made before they get here.
Yep.
That's how you work it, and that's what's great about it. Is that's the thing that you do with them is save them time and money and headache.
Yep.
And you want that done, all you got to do is go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, put your phone number down, and say, I need help, call me.
Yep.
So whatever that is, that's going to happen, and you will not regret it. I promise.
$16,500 off this month on a 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. How do you like? You're driving off the lot in equity.
How about
the
that?
place? ElDoradoChevy.com. That's ElDoradoChevy.com. Be sure to let Jason Long and Rusty know you're listening to the Automotive Ed Radio Show and enjoy. We're on our 7th or 8th Chevy in the Chase group.
There you go.
Yep, number 9 coming down and number 10. So, and the reason being,
Well, you got 9 and 10 coming down?
yep,
So what am I not missing about other than the vet?
my son's buying a Malibu.
Oh,
He wants some Malibu.
he's
back.
got a new one coming down. They ordered it, or it got
Yeah, it'll be here. He's got an Equinox,
sweet. Yeah.
and he wants a sedan back.
Well, he liked that Malibu before. He loved it.
Yep.
Before it got wrecked.
Yep.
But
100%.
saved his life, didn't it?
Did save his life.
I mean, that was a nice car, and
Yep.
that's why he wants another one. Don't blame him.
Yeah, when I pulled up and saw that car, and I was going, man, what? And I couldn't find him. And then I look over the corner, there he is standing with his golf clubs. I was like, man, I ran up and hugged him.
And that car looked like he should have been like
front end was gone.
Gone to the morgue. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, the place, see why they're 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. What does Jason Long say?
He says pressure makes diamonds, but not happy customers.
That's right. 380 and 75, the place, 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, Eldorado Chevrolet. Stop in there at 11. Yeah. Sorry, there we just had a brief interruption.
We're not on the air. That's okay. We're just fooling around here today. No biggie.
That's right.
Like we do every Saturday morning from 8 to noon here on Talk Radio 1190. And if you've just joined us, if you've not heard our show before, we appreciate you tuning in. But we're here every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. And then we're on our social media sites. If you get away from your radio, then you can join us on the computer, your cell phone, by going to Facebook, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, or Shifting Gears Facebook page. You can go to YouTube by searching the Automotive Edge radio show. Be sure to add that radio show in there, the Automotive Edge radio show for YouTube. And on LinkedIn, Kurt Chase LinkedIn page. And there you have it. A lot of ways to find us.
Coming up at the top of the hour, the craziest way to start a new career.
Craziest career or craziest way to start a new career?
The craziest
1 minute.
way to start a career.
Okay.
You're going to love the story.
I'm looking
This
forward to it.
guy, he was ready to start a new career.
And it was a crazy way to do it, huh?
Yep. In the auto industry.
Oh, okay. That's definitely going to be crazy.
Yeah, he went all out. He wanted to make his mark in the auto industry.
Did he?
We'll be talking. He did.
Okay.
30
did.
seconds.
And then we got your questions, our answers, and then my top picks and some of the biggest changes coming down the pipeline here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Download that app, and you can follow us and listen to us anywhere. We're going to take a quick break with the great one, Big Wheeled Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
All right. Well, we're on our top of the hour. Appreciate everybody being a part of our broadcast today. So we are kicking in. My watch is always saying, it's time to stand. You can do it. But athletic or activity wise, you
Telling
can
you
do
to
it.
stand.
Tell you it's time to stand. I dismiss it. Go like, go.
Like seventh inning stretch.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you watch the game last night?
No.
Melinda wanted to watch it.
Who
I'd
won?
rather watch paint dry than watch a baseball game, but it was really good. And everybody was ready for what's his name?
The Japanese guy.
Yeah, and he hit one at no. It was the Yankees hit one. It looked like it was out of the park, and the fan reached over and snagged it, and the outfielder couldn't get to it.
Right.
And they said that they couldn't tell whether it would have been a home run or not.
Ground
Only
do
gave him a double.
Yeah, ah, that was sad.
And then what's his name? Antoni or whatever it is. He got up and hit a nice shot. It hit the wall and came back.
Who won?
The Dodgers in the 11th inning.
Wow. That's gonna be
Grand
good.
slam walk-off homer.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Grand slam.
Oh boy, that's gotta hurt.
I'm about half asleep.
That's gotta hurt.
And Melinda wanted to see how it ended.
Who would you like to see win?
Dodgers.
See, I grew up watching the Yankees, so
I just wish the Dodgers weren't in California.
that's the reason. That's part of the reason. I know New York's not a whole lot better, but I grew up a Yankees fan because there was no baseball in Texas, and watched a lot. Heard because my grandfather and I would listen to them on the radio, and then when they came on TV, they were on a lot because there was no team in Texas. And of course, they were so great. So I got to know all the players, Yankee players. Of course, once the Rangers and all came in, kind of distance from the Yankees. But no, I'd rather see the Yankees.
Well, my grandmother was the team mom for the old Brooklyn Dodgers.
Right, which is now the
LA
LA
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Mhm. Now, I liked it when Tommy Lasorda was out there.
Right.
I mean, he just brought all the energy. But you know what? There's not a whole lot about California I want anything to do with.
Yeah, that's why I did. It's
I
kind
just don't.
It's kind of hard for me. I want the Yankees to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long
And all my
time.
family up north there, Mets and Yankee fans.
Yeah, but Ron Boss said, yeah, crazy ending to game one. Well, that's crazy to lose a grand slam home run.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no doubt when he struck that ball, it was Gone
and
gone.
who did it?
I don't remember. Which
Oh,
batter
it
hit
wasn't the.
No, it wasn't Atani or whatever his name is. What a sad deal. He comes over, signs a $700 million contract.
To pitch and to hit, and I guess he plays in the outfield.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
And his translator that came over was gambling millions of dollars away. Didn't even know it. Had access to his bank account and just
That's
having a
nuts.
time with it.
He should never done that to one person like that.
Yeah. So he's in the Hoots Gal now.
He should be.
Yeah.
But what a
But if
talent.
I'm going to watch baseball, it'll always be the World Series.
Well, you go out occasionally and watch it on and here with the Rangers occasionally. Once a year, maybe.
I'll grab a game once a year.
Yeah.
You know, just
I didn't go
really
this
to hang
year.
out with you guys.
Did you go at all this year? I didn't go this year at all.
Um,
They just never got off to
No,
a
I
good
didn't.
start. And
yeah, from the World Series to the outhouse.
yeah, they were in like third place. They didn't even come close.
I don't think they played 500 ball.
No, I'm not sure either. It was close, but it wasn't
Yep.
right.
But, you know, they got the series, which a lot of teams will never have or maybe never have. And, you know, they got that out of the way. So now we just need Jerry to sell the team and bring the Cowboys back to
Which will never, ever happen. That's like saying we need term limitations in Congress. That will never,
Yeah.
never happen.
sell the
because
team, Jerry. And
That's
then
never gonna
the Mavericks seem to have put together quite the quality of ball players. Or they
I've
just
heard
need
that.
one more big man. Because this kid playing center, last year was his rookie year, and had a great season. He got injured once or twice.
They need a good backup center.
But yeah, they need another big man,
out.
and it'll be all right.
3, 2, 1.
Warning. The information heard here on the Automotive Edge radio show may lead you to find a wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money. If any of this information causes you to be bothered or upset, please sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
Top of the morning. If you have a Honda need, make it Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Rich and Hills, right there at 820 and 26. Stop in and see Richard and the gang, and they have about 500 Hondas on the property. 500. What does that mean for you? It means you're going to get you a Honda deal. And the place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Rich and Hills, from sales to service. We've been with that dealership for 9 years now.
We have Ralph on
And
hold.
from hello to congratulations is the way to go. The place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstar, NRH.com. That's Norm Reeves Honda Superstar, NRH.com. Take a look at all their specials. And my point of contact over there is Haley. And Haley is the best. She has been there, 18 years or so. You won't meet a nicer person when it comes to buying your Honda. She is not only certified at every level when it comes to product, but she really takes her time to make sure that your Honda needs are taken care of. The place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstar, NRH.com. Let's go to the Automotive Edge Hotline. Joining us this morning, Mr. Ralph Paul, the owner, your CBD store, Keller, right there on Main Street, right across from Driver's Edge Auto Repair. How are you this morning?
Doing absolutely wonderful. Gearing up for a great day. How are you gentlemen doing?
We're doing good. You ought to have the windows open on that building today. What is it going to be, 80 degrees today?
Oh, it's beautiful outside. We're really blessed to have great weather, in my opinion.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Well, thanks for a wonderful evening. We got to dine with Ralph and his beautiful wife, Carol. You won't
Cool.
meet two nicer people.
No.
And they're all about health, not the high, at your CBD store in Keller. And every time we turn around, Ralph, you're boy, from the Libido Chewies to the Seltzers, and now you have another drink to help with brain wellness. Talk about it.
Yeah, we have a brain boost, and it's more about an energy seltzer, and it's more about focus. And we're having some real success with it. So it's very gentle. You don't get the jitters or anything of that nature. But I drink a half one before I play golf, and I shot an 83 the other day. So
nice.
This stuff works.
No wonder he
But we're
wants me to
doing
play
up-
golf with him so he can
Yeah.
go out and just beat the crap
Yeah.
out of me. And
He probably don't even need a brain boost to do that.
he could probably take 3 clubs and beat me. No doubt about it. So you got some specials going on today there, Ralph?
Yes, sir. And we're gearing up for our pickleball tournament on November 10th. It starts at 1 o'clock. You know, the registration is $125 per team. And Automotive Edge, your show is one of our great sponsors. And we are putting this together for Pregnancy Help for You, which is, this is the second year we've done this. It's a great organization that helps moms, single moms. And in fact, we have people that drop off diapers and so forth here that we supply them with. And your radio show is one of the best sponsors. So that's going to be on November 10th at the Chicken and Pickle over there. I think it's Colleyville off of 121. Okay, great.
Yeah, I thought it was Colleyville. It's Grapevine, right there off of 121, right there next to the vineyard.
Exactly.
And I got to tell you, Ralph, we were out there last year, and I was shocked. They had food as good as any place I've ever eaten.
Well, I've heard that.
Blown away how great the food. Well, you figure you're just going to get old bar food, but not so. The food, the people, the facility is just off the chart.
Why come we don't have the Automotive Edge pickleball team? We need to work for that for next year.
We can put a team in because I sponsored.
Well, I mean,
you can put a team in just with 2 people.
Have you played before?
No, but it can't be that hard.
All right. Well, we'll be out the first round.
No, we won't. we play some woolly pickleball.
Well, I'll go out there with you.
Yeah, so
we're going to supply the Brain Boost seltzer.
There you go.
There you go. So Ralph's there at the store, and right there on Main Street. Give the address there, Ralph.
It's 255C South Main. It's Old Town, right almost on the corner of Pecan and 377.
Yeah, stop in. And here's the thing. It's not like you go in and any high-pressure sales. Ralph and Carol and Hannah, they want to talk to you. They want to see what's going on with you. You know, you're going to be greeted at the door with some macaroons. They're going to ask if you got any pains or complications. And it comes down, Ralph, and you know this in all your years of sales and my years of sales, you have to do a wants and needs analysis with the consumer. What's going on? What do you need? What are your problems? And then you try to put together the right formula of product for them to get them back on track.
Absolutely. And everybody's different. So we sample a lot of different products and so forth. And it's just been such a blessing to help so many people. It's been a fun experience.
And the thing about it is you don't have to do it because you want to do this and you set it up to help people. And that's exactly what you do. And that's what people really need to know about your store is that you're there really as a kind of a ministry to help people get well and get in a better place with their wellness.
Exactly. And, people feel that when you're there, not with dollar signs in your brain, but
Correct.
To help people. And that I'll say your show is also the same. Okay. The two of you really like to help people in the car industry. And I think people sense that on the radio.
Yep. Well, it's all about helping and making sure that consumers, that they're with the right people. Same thing. The people, the process, and the product. You got the right people at your CBD store. They have a process to sit down and talk with you. They got couches and chairs and seats to sit down and have a conversation versus just going, try. And it's not one size fits all. So you have so many different products, and not just the CBD, but you got collagen creams and hand lotions. You even got treats and different products for animals there at your store, Ralph.
Yes, sir. We've got the chilling out for hyper dogs. We got the moving easy for older dogs. And, some of the new products are the mushrooms and the super greens. And so it's all about the health. And it's exciting to watch people improve their health. And, in today's world, everything's about taking a pill. And, you watch enough TV, every other commercial is a drug commercial. And obviously, there's a lot of side effects. So we're one of the few USDA-approved organic CBD on the market. And every product has a QR code with a batch number and a lot number, so you can see exactly what's in our products.
No doubt about the place, yourcbdstorekeller.com. That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. I have 4 products I take every day. My wife has 4 products she takes every day. We just sent a care package over to my son with the brain seltzers. He is in a high stress job, and so we got him a 4-pack over there to check it out. I'm taking one of their oils or tinctures for my acid reflux, and it's just about gone. I still have to kind of watch what I eat, but there's a wellness, I believe, for everybody. Ralph, have a big day. We'll see you soon, and look forward to talking to you shortly.
You got it, gentlemen. I appreciate all your help. Thank you.
You bet. That's go to their website because the forms are there if you want to join us over on the 10th of November for Chicken and Pickle.
I do have it posted on our Facebook page right now live. It's there. So if you want to go to the Automotive Edge Facebook page or even Shifting Gears, our other sister Facebook page, it's there posted at yourcbdstorekeller.com.
Yep.
So that you can see exactly the right, place to go.
Super. Well, hey, let me ask you a question. This is amazing. When you're looking for cars, does the engine size matter anymore?
We've talked about this in the past. It might have a few years ago for me, but no, not now. I totally, well, and probably like a lot of other people nowadays, they're looking for a good quality car that gets good economical attitude in it. That's gas, working on it, whatever else. I'm that's what I'm into. I want something, and I like sedans, but I'm okay with an SUV. But I want it to be economical. I want it to be able to get good gas mileage. I'm not an EV guy. I'm not like you. It doesn't work for me. I'm afraid of it, really, to be honest with you. So I still want good economic aspects about it. So if an engine size makes that happen, but I do like performance too. So I don't want to get away from that. But I know nowadays, and if people don't really realize this, the size of the engine, it doesn't always dictate the performance.
Yep. Because you take a look now, the Ram was really big with their T-Rex and putting that big V8 in it, where you could see that thing, they had some of those on TV. They're pulling wheelies with that thing, just absolutely incredible. Well, now they're going with the twin turbo Hurricane V6.
There you go.
And people are going, well, that's just going to kill the truck. Have you driven it? Do you know what a twin turbo on an inline 6, what they can do with that? This Hurricane motor is some people call it Huracan, but it's actually Hurricane.
Well, first of all, if something is being named Hurricane, you might want to try it out. I mean, that's not like calling it a stream or a creek.
Yep.
Or drizzle rain. Come drive the drizzle rain. No, this is a Hurricane.
Yeah, I tell people, go and drive it. See what it's all about. Spend the time in the vehicle and then make the decision. But there's so many people go, I only drive. And I was like, well, when's the last time? I mean, when you take a look at Indy cars, people think that, the Indy car is running on V8s, and they're not.
4 cylinders, right?
Yeah. And so what they can do with these engines now are absolutely incredible. And so I would just tell you, spend the time driving. I've driven these 4 cylinders, 6 of them here lately. I get in those vehicles and I drive them. I'm like, I am just blown away by what they have a 4-cylinder doing now.
Well, when you can see what SpaceX has done by bringing about a rocket back into the, in its place where it took off from, technology has just gone out of the world. So give these vehicles a shot.
No doubt about it. We're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the man, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Charlie Davis is tuned in, said good morning.
Hello, Charlie.
I got to look at something. Wesley said he
Yeah, it'd been nice to have Mark on there, too. We just had Blackburn on for a little bit.
Wesley was going to send me some stuff from the hurricane. Let's see what he sent me. That's some of the aftermath of the hurricanes.
We're at
in Florida. That's Wesley sent that. I don't know. Pretty insane, huh? Yeah, our government really went down there and helped them out, didn't they? Look at that. That's horrible.
Yep.
Is any of your buddies down there that you know, are they okay?
Yeah, Rand's okay. Him and Maureen, they got a few inches of water in the garage. Lost power for a while, but they're back up and running. There was some people that we knew a little bit further up from Fort Myers that got hit really, really hard.
Yeah.
And you know what's amazing is how many times this happens and they just rebuild and stay. And,
they've had
and I
like-
can't imagine with State Farm, and I forgot who the other company was, pulled out of Florida, more pulling out, what insurance is like in Florida.
Well, they've got they got hit like 3 times with hurricanes this year. Oh,
2.
right, just the 2 big
Yeah.
ones, which is bad enough.
Yeah.
But it seems to be Florida and New Orleans or the Louisiana area. Those 2 seem to really get blasted all the time.
Yep.
Now Texas gets it every now and then, Galveston or some of the places down like Corpus Christi or whatever, but not quite as much as it does in Florida and Louisiana. Just the way I guess things roll out that way. But do you think there's a way that we could blow those things out before they become a hurricane?
No. I mean, this thing was 500 miles wide.
The center or the whole
The whole thing,
Yeah, the center.
500 miles. I mean,
Yeah, that's crazy.
you know, what do you do to disturb or disrupt it or do something with it? I mean, heck, you know, there's countries now that are creating their own rain.
Yeah.
So who knows? You know, do you drop a bomb in the middle of that thing? And
I don't know. That's what I was wondering, if there's something that
do you shoot a laser through it, or I mean, are they working on something that can deter bad weather?
Right.
Is
that really not moral? I think we'd be touching things that are what we do with cloning and all that.
Remember
kind
the
of stuff.
commercial a long time ago? Don't mess with Mother Nature.
Yeah, don't fool with Mother Nature.
Don't fool with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
That butter commercial.
Correct. Right. Don't
Uh,
fool with Mother Nature.
Yeah, so you just got to go.
Yeah, but things are just left the way they should be, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe just don't build in Florida anymore. Find another location.
Yeah, you got to be careful with.
Fooling Mother Nature could end up being worse, huh? Something from that could make things even worse.
Yeah, I can't imagine what they would do to
thwart that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the thing about it is, you know, you look at some people, they show that one couple, they just moved there, built this house, and the whole neighborhood was gone. And they said, what are you doing? He goes, well, we're going to rebuild. I'm like, wow.
Just going to redo it
Absolutely
again.
incredible. But, you know, when you talk
30
to
seconds.
Floridians, they say there's not a better place to live.
Yeah, that's right.
They love DeSantos.
I don't blame him there.
Yeah, he's a meat and potato, get her done kind of guy. And
I'm hoping that he might be the next guy down the road after this next one.
Yeah.
But we need something before him, though. Change. For sure.
Yep. Yes, we do. I'm hoping everybody's getting out and voting and.
Well, I did.
Make a change. Make a change.
I voted for the change too, by the way.
Yep. Did you tell good morning to Jason?
Jason who?
Allison?
No, I haven't seen that yet. Sometimes you see stuff before I do. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, we got Jason Allison came in right after Charlie Davis. Psycho Dave's back with us. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Love it or leave it. That's the promise you get every time you buy a vehicle at Grapevine Ford. Right there between Main Street and Texan Trail on Highway 114. You get that vehicle home and you go, ruh-roh, what just happened? Bring it back and they'll put you in the one that you do love. And we've done it a half a dozen times where one was a gift and he wanted a different color, no problem. The other one was size. We went from the Ford Edge to the Explorer, from the Explorer to the Expedition. And then went, oh, wow, we didn't even know this was available. We'll take this one. They want to make sure that each time you're making that car payment, or even if you pay cash, each time you start it up, you're completely satisfied. And when you have good people, Chaz Gilmore, the managing partner there, and then you have Andrew Boaz, Cameron Martin. These guys want to see you again and again and again. It's not a one and done store. That's why they have the love it or leave it promise. Check out all their specials right now at grapevine.ford.com. That's grapevine.ford.com. Okay.
What's
you
up?
want to do Carfax?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Is this
How
fun
many
Carfax
cars-
or just Carfax?
Carfax.
Okay.
There's some fun ones in here.
All right.
We're going to make it fun. How many cars are being used around the world as of today? How many would you figure? Around the world.
I'm thinking. I'm going to say 2.5 million.
Well, you're right with the 2, but add a B.
The B?
2
Didn't I say billion?
billion.
I thought I said billion.
Yeah, billion. Not
That's
million.
insane.
Billion. Yeah.
I guess I should have thought about that a little closer.
Wow. How many cars worldwide are built each year?
Well, I'd say probably if there's 2.5 billion out there, I'd say probably
1 billion that they know of that are actually on the road and working and
Right.
everything, but
I'd say they're building 1 billion cars.
70 million.
I actually thought about saying that, but I figured I'd go a
70
little
million.
above.
Yep.
That's worldwide.
Here's one for you. Yeah. Total built, new. How many parts on average does it take to build a car? How many parts on average does it take to build a car?
I'm going to say 150,000
150,000
parts. Well, you got chips and stuff.
Yeah, 30,000.
Oh, that's off a little bit. But
Yeah,
30. That's it. 30,000 parts.
30,000 parts on average.
Well, I know that's a lot too, but
Yep.
it seems like they'd be more with all the chips and stuff.
Do you know what the new car smell is made up of?
Not sure.
50 organic compounds. And the government's trying to get it towards zero.
I saw that, or you brought that up once because it says it could be hazardous somehow.
Yeah. Well, you realize there's so much of these vehicles now, especially with Ford, of recyclable stuff that they use, and all the different plants. There's things in that are recyclable, and yeah. Here's
Do
one
you think
for
they're
you.
going to be able to get rid of that? How are they going to get rid of that smell? Now, how does the smell get into the car? Is it in the product?
It's in the product.
Like the seats and the carpet and all that. They add that product.
Well, it's all the compounds that are added to it to produce it.
Well,
if you look at
get rid of it, wouldn't you have to change the whole compound of the carpet and all that?
No.
Just use a different one?
Yeah, use a different one.
I'll leave it up to our government to tell us what we can smell and not
How many
smell.
hours a year do you think that people are stuck in traffic?
I'm going to say on a full day, like going and coming, I'd say maybe 2 hours.
No, for the year.
Oh, for the year.
2 is in it, but it's not the first number.
Okay. 200?
42.
4,200 hours?
42 hours a year people are stuck in
I thought
traffic.
you said 4,200.
42.
Okay.
All right.
That's still a lot. Would you?
In the first race ever recorded, a
Race.
true race, car race, what was the top speed?
12 miles.
You're real close. 15 miles an hour for one first place.
Well, that might be a race to go see, wouldn't it? If it went around the track, it'd be an hour, 5 hours race.
Outstanding. 15 miles an hour was the first top speed.
Did they say
race.
which vehicle it was?
No.
Wonder if it was a Ford.
Best-selling car in the world, sells every 15 seconds.
Ford pickup truck.
Nope.
Oh.
Toyota Corolla.
Oh.
Can you believe it? Every 15 seconds, somewhere in the world, someone's buying a Corolla.
That's fantastic. They're that well made, so.
Yep.
To see why.
Here's one. When you hit the horn on a car, what is the average note, predominant note, key note, musical note used for a horn?
The A440.
A440.
That's the note.
Is that a note?
Yeah, it's the A 440 note. When you hit an A, it's because it's where it is located on the keyboard. That's a 440 note.
It would be F.
Okay, well, that's close.
Yeah, right down the
I'll
keyboard.
change keys so I can play the horn. Is that on all cars?
Yeah.
Is that the note?
That's
that
the
they
most
use?
common note. Is F.
I don't like that note.
Well,
I'll change it.
put one of those big old train
That's
horns
the
on
kind
it.
of note I want right there.
What is the most accident-prone car in the world? The most accident-prone car in the world by how many cars it builds? I was blown away by this. I would have never put this on my list, but it's an import,
a Honda card?
and it's a luxury brand. Well,
Oh,
Honda's not an import.
It's not an import, Honda?
Built here.
Okay. Well, it used to be called an import. A Lexus?
Mm-mm. Ferrari, the 458 Spider,
Well, now you see
per
why.
cars built, is the most
Yeah,
wrecked
because they're
car.
out there running like crazy on the roads, probably.
In 1940, the military built the first all true four-wheel drive vehicle, and what was it called?
Hummer.
No, you're close.
I don't know if I can say. I don't know what.
The Willis.
Oh, the Willis.
Who built what was the Willis brand?
I don't know.
Jeep.
Oh, okay.
The Jeep.
But it wasn't. But Willis became Jeep, right? Or
Well,
Jeep
no,
make the
Willis was a name given to a Pacific Jeep.
Oh, okay, I got you.
There we go. So there you go.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good
Here's
stuff.
your
That's some good
fun facts for the year.
I don't know about fun, but it's good facts.
Well, if you would have guessed a few years ago, wow, that was
It'd have been a lot
fun.
more fun.
I didn't realize I knew that much.
It would have been a lot more fun if I was a little better.
So
at the
we're going
game.
to see if you memorized all that, and then we're going to do it again next
I'll try.
Saturday.
I'll see if I can remember
The
that.
exact same.
I'll go back
10,
and listen to the show. Right before.
and then we're going to Q&A Maddie too. We haven't heard from her all day.
Yeah, Maddie, she's kind of a while ago. She kind of like had an attitude. When
Yeah,
we
she
started
did.
Work. Is it getting? Are we wearing on you this morning, Maddie?
Yeah, Maddie's not having fun with us today.
Are you there?
Maddie's not there.
She's
Yeah,
like,
there's a big horn that goes off, and then she wakes
I
up
am
and
here.
oh, well. The queen of talk radio finally said good morning. Hello.
Are you having a rough day with us this morning?
Well, I just work until 1 a.m. today, so I'm just trying to
Get through it.
mentally prepare myself for the long day ahead.
So do you got to
Oh.
work the rest of the day?
Yes, because
Mavericks are back, right?
there are not enough people to work.
Oh, so are you doing the Mavs games?
Yeah, I'm doing the Mavs games and I'm doing TCU today.
All right.
No wonder she's got an attitude towards us.
No
Well,
attitude. I'm just tired.
I know. Well, we appreciate
But
all you do.
you know that there's a lot of love for you, don't you, Maddie?
I sure hope so.
Wow.
Well,
you know
no,
you
that's
should
not supposed
feel
to be
it.
hope.
Hope. Yeah. What is the hope part?
No, you should know.
After all this time together, it's hope. No, it's
That's
We spent a
permanent.
lot of time together.
It's
you're
like
right,
a tattoo.
but
It's permanent.
I
It's like-
hope that in the near future that I would be compensated and well taken care of for all my hard
Yeah,
efforts
there
at
we
this
go.
company.
Well, we're hoping that same thing too. So I agree.
All right. Well, hey, we got to go to break, but coming up, we skipped over it. A gentleman that wanted to get into the auto industry in the most unique way I've ever heard in my life here on the Automotive Edge radio show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia network. Don't go away because me and Boski will be right back. Morning, Kevin Kearns. You know Kevin?
Kevin,
Kevin Kearns.
he's in New York, New Jersey. That's a buddy of mine from way back, New Jersey. Hi, Kevin.
Kevin, do you consider yourself a buddy of Bo's?
Uh-oh. Putting him
Let's
on the
see how that
spot now.
goes. How do you really feel about Bo,
Yeah,
Kevin?
he is gonna you really set me up.
What
there.
are the top 3 things you like about Bo?
Maybe you should just ask him about one. Maybe we could get one out of him. No, he's a great guy. He used to be, I can't remember his title, but he was a up management for Modern Drummer. And I think Modern Drummer doesn't exist anymore, but it was a huge magazine for a lot of years. He's in the real estate business. Yeah. In New Jersey. Thanks for tuning in, Kevin. Appreciate that. And the host, Kurt Chase, is taking a pause for the cause here, ran off. So he's left me to my own devices. so I can say and do what I want since he's not tuned in and can hear me. So we're here today at Classic Kia Carrollton, Frankfurt and 35E in Carrollton, Texas, just a little south of Louisville, just a little north of Dallas, kind of sits in between the two. And if you need a Kia, this is the place to come. They also got some great used vehicles here, pre-owned vehicles. So if you're looking for anything that would get you down the road in a very, very good way, this is the place to come, Classic Kia Carrollton. And you're welcome, Ralph Paul. You're the best too, man. And man, I wish I'd known more about that. I need to start learning. We need to get a team together. I need to figure out how to play that pickleball. I know Kurt thinks it's easy, but it don't look that easy to me. It would be fun to get out there to represent the Automotive Edge as a team, and maybe by next year we'll be able to do that. It'd be fun. We should have done it anyway. Maybe we might do it anyway. We'll see. I'll like to see if. Although he can barely walk, so I don't know if we could really have a team or not. So you really want to go out and embarrass ourselves at the pickleball tournament?
Ain't no embarrassing.
We'll be like the Step Brothers.
No, we just dress really cool.
Just be cool dressed, huh? Oh, I can handle that.
Yeah, we hit the ball once in a while, but as long as we're dressed good, who cares?
Yeah,
we're going to show up. We're going to intimidate them by our dress code.
We'll have a paddle in the right hand and a brain boost in the left, promoting the Ralph Paul and the and Sun Med out there.
Yeah. If anything, I'll go across the net. We'll do some intimidation and yelling.
Well, you know, there's a line that you
put the black underneath our eyes.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah. So you dress really cool, and then you just take that bright stick is what they call it, and on both sides, and we'll just growl
I
at
think
them.
we should go out like the Step Brothers and have these real tight, old-fashioned shorts on.
Yeah.
With high socks on that come up to the knees.
Yeah, stripes on it. Yeah, we can do it.
That's what we should do.
Headband.
Headband.
The red, white, and blue headband.
A wife beater T-shirt. It's Automotive Edge on it.
We can do it.
Either way, I'd like that. That'd be fun. Well, I'd have to go buy a racket, and those things aren't cheap.
They got them there. You don't need a racket.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
It's really a paddle.
Yeah, I guess it is a paddle. Well,
Out of all the stuff, I turned my grandson loose. We're at academy and said, "What do you want?" And all he wanted was pickleball.
Oh, really?
I said, "Buddy, you got nowhere to play it."
Where's he seeing it?
Yeah, so he lives in McKinney, and he wanted just the pickleball setup. So he plays with his grandpa.
Right. Okay. So he's kind of been around.
He loves it.
Well, he's like what, 12, right? 13?
14.
Okay, yeah. Well, he knows about all that then. I just thought talking about your youngest grandkid, but yeah, that'd be what, November 10th? Is that a Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, we could do it.
Yeah.
Sign us up.
Okay.
The Step Brothers. We call ourselves the Step Brothers.
We can do it.
The Automotive Edge Step Brothers.
Yeah, Chrissy called me yesterday. I paid the sponsor fee. And yes, we want to play pro or competitive or whatever the other one was. Went C.
None of the above. Yeah, could you see us playing in the pro? We might have to work on that a little bit, even in the intermediate.
It's so funny watching some of the people that take us so serious. They're down like,
I think it's
Beyond Borg and
I think
Jimmy Connors. And I'm going, come on.
I think it's the most goofiest game they've ever created. But
that guy's a billionaire when he sold the rights to it.
Know.
I mean, and you know what? It's great because you go out there, every age person is out playing pickleball.
Maybe we should. Do they have an age bracket? Maybe we should have done the age bracket.
No, it's
senior
non-competitive, competitive, and pro or something, however it goes. So
we want the senior league.
Senior, super non-competitive, close to the wheelchair category.
We
want to be one above the wheelchair category.
You'd be on crutches, and I'd be on one of those, what do they call those things?
Walkers.
Walkers.
Okay.
We might win that one.
Here we go. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190 for the biggest discounts when it comes to your Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Grapevine Dodge right there. William D. Tate and 121. Going to see my buddy Shane Peck. Write that name down. Shane, Chayne, Shane Peck at Grapevine Dodge. mean, they got some vehicles, $14,000, $15,000, $16,000 off MSRP to clear out their inventory. They want some of this inventory gone. And the 25s are coming, and they've got a bunch, and they need to move inventory. No doubt about it. The place, Grapevine Dodge, 121 and William D. Tate. And just visit with them. Test drive. 3/4 ton diesels, hard to come by. They got them. They just, get this, they just took a bunch of Chargers and Challengers that they had in service as loaners, and now they brought them out, certified them for sale. And these cars are nice. They don't make the Chargers and Challengers anymore, but they have a massive amount of, and I say massive, probably 20, 30 available for sale right now. They have a few miles on, well kept, because they run them through service and maintain them, and you'll be good to go. The place, GrapevineDodge.com. So, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's see what we got.
All right. Last week, a Bowling Green, where they make the Corvettes, Kentucky,
Oh, is that where they're really?
made an attempt to live out his dream of being a car salesman, according to the Bowling Green Police Department. Only he wasn't a licensed dealer or even a dealership employee. Authorities said he was actually a burglar. Officer with the Bowling Green Police Department apprehended Dustin Cardwell, 34, at R&M Auto Sales on Friday, October 18th, after receiving reports of a suspicious man at the dealership. An arrest citation obtained by the Bowling Green Daily News states that Cardwell was posing as a salesman and attempting to sell vehicles to a couple when the officers arrived.
Oh, wow.
The 34-year-old claimed to own the dealership, explaining that he had become the owner around an hour ago and the paperwork was still making its way through the system. The suspect was arrested on charges of third-degree burglary, theft by unlawful taking, first-degree criminal mischief, and unauthorized possession of titles and registration forms with no operator's license and reckless driving. The real owner of R&M Auto Sales approached law enforcement officially shortly after they officially heard that Cardwell was apprehended, providing video footage suspecting that they were stealing keys, titles, and other paperwork. He was also accused of driving off the lot with a 2017 GM Sierra, which he later said, "I only went to the store and back." So,
well, this guy was a real character.
he's going to get out of jail. They're going to hire him as a salesperson.
Well, that'd be a good thing, because then they could promote it.
Yeah, I mean,
come and buy the guy, car or vehicle from the guy that really didn't work here at the time, was arrested, but now he does.
Yep. Put him on a billboard in handcuffs, and then now selling cars.
Could you trust him, though?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I'm sitting here going,
Would he learn his lesson and actually be live right?
Yeah.
Would you trust to hire him to do that?
But let me tell you what, I work with some of the shadiest people in the world.
You wouldn't care, would you? If he's really changed the heart, you'd do
I figure if you're that brazen and which tells me he's not afraid to talk to people.
Oh, he's not afraid to do anything.
I would restrict him from going on a demo.
Yeah.
He would have no access to any keys.
But he could sell.
But oh man, if he can try to close a deal like that, no doubt about it. Good morning to my beautiful sister, Carol Ann. Here's another one, Carol Chase Taylor. What's it with everybody with three names today?
It's the deal.
I like it. Not that I don't like it.
It's the deal.
She should have put Carol Ann Chase Taylor.
That's what she should do.
Give us 4, because we had 4 earlier this morning, so you would have tied Carol Ann Chase Taylor.
That's it.
So, Bo Weisenhut.
Gooman Schmeitzer.
Carver. All right. And she's out there in the beautiful state of Tennessee. She's going to be here for the holidays. I can't wait. My baby sister always says that she's going to come stay with me, and she never does. And I cook better than anybody in the family.
But I thought she stayed with you before, but not before.
Long time ago.
Okay.
Not recently.
All right.
So anyway, we got to get that figured out, because I cook better and I wait on her and she didn't have to do anything.
Well, she was on the radio show with us one time.
Yes, she was.
Did a great job. We should have her on again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. Today, live, Classic Kia Carrollton. Come on out. Meet the staff. $10,000 off the EV9. or 0 for 72 months. $159 a month for a Forte. 24 Forte LX, $159 a month on a 36-month lease. Sportage, 0 APR for 48 on the EX model, or $288 a month, and 0% for 48 on the Sorrento, and on and on and on. Go to ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. That's ClassicKiaCarrollton.com for all their special. I want to thank Jesse Hull and Wesley for having us out today. So let's keep thinking. What do we got here? We got a few more minutes. You know, I was talking the other day to a group of people, and you know what the big concern is right now with cars?
The price.
It's really not the price. They feel like these cars are going to be so taken over by the government that they'll know everything about where we're going, how we're driving. They're going to know so much of our lives. The stations that we're listening to are.
I'm thinking they probably already know.
Well, yeah, you'd be surprised how much they already know.
And then we got to worry about if China's allowed to come in with their stuff.
Yep.
Then China's government's going to know everything about
Yep.
you. So that's why it's important to vote properly.
Well, you see, they just found some more drones flying around some of our most important places. And you
those are the kind of things I don't understand why people don't see what's happened over the last 3.5 years.
Well, it said they're still knocking on the door of the White House, and he's not answering. You know, he takes a lot of naps during the week. And then the other one, you know, well, I'm from a middle-income struggling family. Okay, whatever. Hey, we've got drones flying over some of our nuclear sites. We got millions and millions of people pouring in. They're now taking over apartment complex and doing this, that, and the other. And now they want to get involved in regulating the auto industry, which they already did.
Well, they've been doing it. That's
with Buttigieg, who's clueless.
And all that.
Of what he's doing as transportation secretary. Leave the auto industry alone. I say this all the time. It's the largest employer in the world. Let the people decide what they want to buy and drive. I mean, it's not going to be long. You're already pushing the crazy foods that we're eating and what companies can get away with what they're putting in the foods that aren't allowed in most countries, but we're going to get it done here in the United States. But you know what I figured out the other day? I came to a very strong realization that people in the government are creating so much havoc, animosity, hatred, and anger amongst us. So while we're fighting, they get to slip out. You remember those shows where you see the big pile of everybody in it, and the one that started slipped out?
The cartoons.
Yeah, and he steps back and goes, "Look what I did." That's what the government is doing with you and I, pitting moms against dads, and dads against kids, and moms against kids, and cousins against cousins, and neighbors against neighbors. So if they do that, they're distracting to all of the underhanded, undermined things that they're doing with our money.
Yep.
And so we need to quit falling for that and get involved, get off the couch, and let's have accountability. And let's all quit fighting about it, because we all want the same thing. That's prosperity. We want freedom. Low prices on food, low prices on gas. We want to be able to come and go as we want, nor worry about all the craziness that's going to distract us from doing it. Get out and vote. 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir. We are here today at Classic Kia Carrollton, Frankfort, and 35E in Carrollton, Texas. So you want to get out and check some of these vehicles out, because I got some deals going on. Boy, I got a whiff of that drink. I'm still waiting on my stuff.
I have never brought you a bag, have
I'm never going to get it. Okay. I've given up on it. I feel like if I die, I already have Barbie Ann putting on my epitaph, Kurt did it. He didn't bring me the drink.
I died without a drink.
I died without the Kurt's drink that he is supposed to be bringing me. So, what flavor's that?
Fruit punch.
Mm-hmm. They make a few different ones, right?
You want to try some?
Yeah.
What do you got in the cup?
Let me just finish this water and I'll do it. We should have Brain Boost every Saturday morning.
We should have what?
Brain boost. You should bring 1 can every day, every Saturday, and we'll split it. Maybe our
Okay.
show will get a little better.
Have you tried it?
I loved it, dude. It was great.
You did it?
Yes, sir.
And what was it?
Well, it was energizing, but not hyper. Like you didn't get the jitters, like he was saying. It gives you a focus that is really enlightened. It's very cool, and Graham just loved the heck out of it. He said, "Man, it seemed to notice things." He was driving back from our house to Stephenville, and he had a half one, and he said he was just noticing things better driving. He noticed things just around him was a lot clearer and a lot more focused in the activity of it. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying by that? The things just become more aware. And he was just saying he just loved it. He thought it was fantastic. And that was just a half a can. So, yeah, and that's what I felt too. I thought it was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. But so we need that every Saturday morning.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I have not. I've got it, and I haven't tried it. I'm gonna try it today when I get home.
It's got vitamins in the same, doesn't it?
Huh?
You got vitamins in here?
No, none. Why?
What's it supposed to do? If it doesn't have vitamins, am I going to die? Am I going to lean over here and that's going to be the end of me? This is it.
Yeah, vitamins in it.
I can kind of taste the vitamins in it. It's got to have vitamins in it. I can taste it. This tastes kind of like when I get my B12 shot from Barbara Ann. I can taste the vitamins at getting the shot.
It's got a bunch of aspartame.
What is that?
I'm kidding. You don't want aspartame.
I didn't think I did.
That's a synthetic sugar. You don't want that.
I thought it was that stuff that you clean your paintbrushes with.
Yeah, pretty close. But no, it's all natural, and it's got vitamins in it, and it's a form of energy. But it's got
that's not bad tasting.
What is that plant called that gives you the sweetness?
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, it comes from that plant.
That's good.
Yeah.
It works. I've been waiting on my order for the last 6 months. Oh, speaking of orders, did you send John Wright his T-shirt?
John Wright.
Long sleeve? Do you have
one out the other day? So
I need to check with him.
Check with him and see, because we sent 6 long sleeve black.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
I'll check with him.
See if he got it. Because my son just finished. Actually, in the last month and a half, 36 have been mailed out. Man, you know how expensive it's getting for me to mail
I
shirts?
know. It'd be better to just.
But I love the listeners.
It'd be better just to deliver to him in the vehicle.
That's right. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. This segment of the show goes to Highly Acura of Fort Worth. I was just over there the other day with my buddy David Gomez, managing partner, general manager, and his service director, Dean. And from the ZDX, which is really taken off, they're all electric. Like I said, I don't do a lot of promoting on electric, but I sure like the way this thing drove and handled. I liked everything about it. For me, I'm just that guy that's always starting at the battery life. And I'd like to be paying more attention to the gas needle. But you know what? Acura's knocked it out of the park because it's big, it's roomy, the acceleration, the handling, phenomenal vehicle. But then you have the MDX, the RDX, the TL, the A specs. They got it all. And it comes down to people. And the place, Highly Acura Fort Worth. That's Highly Acura Fort Worth. And don't forget the Integra that you can get in an automatic or a shaker. And you want a little pocket rocket and have some fun, that is one of the ones to do it with. The place, HighlyAcuraFortWorth.com. That's HighlyAcuraFortWorth.com. So, what do we got here? Oh, we got plenty of time. Car surprises for me this year.
In what way?
That blew me away with what they did with the vehicles.
Okay. Not just in cosmetic, but.
Yeah, everything all around. Number one was the Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, if you remember the Land Cruiser when it came out, many, many, many years ago. In fact, a lot of the Land Cruisers were overseas. You saw a lot of them in movies. The Land Cruiser was used in a lot of safaris, and it was that rugged, that powerful, that reliable, that durable, where the Land Cruiser was used so much for off-road in other countries, and then it came here. I remember when I first started selling them, you looked at the MSRP on them. They all came in. They started around 50 and then went to 60 and then on up. And Land Cruiser was the spinoff of Lexus. It was their only true luxury vehicle that they had that was a mimic of their sister company, Lexus, because Toyota obviously was out way long before Lexus came out. But now they've come out with the new 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser, starting at only $56,000. This thing has more ways to option it than any Toyota ever built. There is over 100, I forgot what the number was, 112, 114, something like that, things that you can do with this vehicle. And it's got a more rugged look. It's got that more 4Runner-ish. Don't worry about taking it off-road. In fact, we encourage you to take it off-road. We encourage you to really see what this thing will do. What they've done with it. They showed this guy at the back end was open up, and he had his own little stove back there laying down. They have really, I think they've hit a very special market with that price point at 56 for all that you get on the Land Cruiser. So it's not that I'm scared to get this thing dirty, or I'm scared to take this thing to the edge of the lake, and I'm scared to take this thing camping, because it was such a luxury vehicle. Now it is got plush, off-road, every day. I mean, they have done so well with the 2025 Land Cruiser.
Sweet.
One of my top picks. Next was the Buick Enclave. Now, I got to tell you, I had a Buick Enclave about 5-6 years ago. Unfortunately, the valet guy was racing a car in a parking garage and took out the whole right side. We had the vehicle redone. But before it was wrecked, even after it was fixed, that was one of, I think, Buick's nicest vehicles they ever built. When they started really downsizing, getting away from cars and going into SUVs.
Right.
But this new 2025 Buick Enclave is by far 100% the best looking vehicle they've ever built.
Wow.
And when you look at it and you take Enclave off of it, if you went around it, you would not know what this vehicle is.
That's a hot automotive opinion right there.
Yeah. So I would put an Enclave in my driveway in the blink of an eye.
There you go. Sweet.
That vehicle is, I can't wait to drive it and spend some time. I'll be posting a video each week. I just got done with the K4, and I'll be posting all the information on it today. And then each week you'll see a new vehicle. I can't wait to get my hands on the Buick Enclave.
Sweet.
Well, I've got a few more to talk about and a little bit more to catch up on here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show today, live. Classic Kia Carrollton. Come on out. Meet the great folks. If anything, test drive. It's okay to come test drive. They know not everybody's going to buy when they show up on the lot. And so their mindset is, let's help you figure it out. The place, Classic Kia Carrollton, Frankfurt and 35E. Quick break. Me and the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. We'll be right back. Dwayne Bettis.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good friend of mine.
John Wright. Good morning.
He said he has not received his shirt.
Who?
John Wright.
Okay. I'll find out what the deal is.
I can send you the data. I still have it if you don't have it.
For so long. Here, slide in.
Would you do me a favor before you do that? Take a
What?
picture of us right here.
Darling, I'm
Mainly me, but you can get him too if you want. All right. Thanks, brother. All right. Come get this chair right here, and I'll get this chair.
Y'all get to sit here and play and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you're making all the money. We're not.
Ha!
We're just a couple old poor radio guys
No.
trying to rub nickels and make quarters.
If we couldn't talk, we'd be under the bridge. Homeless.
I'd be out there on division somewhere selling used cars.
There you go. On
I got a
Division.
call the other day. A buddy called and says, "Hey, I need some help." I said, "What's the deal?" I took over this dealership and it's my fixed operations, man. That part's killing me. He said, "Can I get you back in the game?" I said, "Let me think for a second." No. He goes, "Can you?" I said, "I'll come up here for a week or so and help you out." But how'd you get the gig as a GM with no fixed operations? He goes, "I'm a salesman." I mean, he's got good, basic carnal knowledge, but I said, "All right." I said, "How much of your financial is clear?" He said, 100%. I said, "Okay, well, that makes it simple because a lot of time I've gone into dealerships, half the financial blacked out. You don't know what's going on. You're like, how do you run a store like this?" Okay. All right. Did you just say that you didn't want Wesley on the camera? That's pretty freaking rude, Bo. Oh, that's a good pick. That's a real good pick of that car. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know there was, like I said, when that award came out and it said Universe World Car of the Year or whatever it was, I'm going, I didn't even know. And then they said, the EV9. I mean, I get the vehicle, but I didn't know that there was one in the world that they chose, whoever this group was. Oh, well, that's pretty impressive.
It looked really good.
We need to do more of that. People have been asking.
Man, and I will tell you that car is impressive.
It is.
Over 300 miles on a charge, 3 rows, can tow. You can tow 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, Jesse brought it over to the house, and he had the remote, and he drove it up the driveway.
Oh, he did. He inched it up.
He goes, "Here you go." And I went, "Oh boy, I had to do that, huh?" But what's funny is I've had the EV6, and I've had that for a few days, and I'm sitting next to this Challenger, and I look over and I said, "This car will smoke that Challenger."
Did you get him turned up? Okay.
Yeah. And he goes, "It's got a Hemi." I said, "Buddy, I've got one in my garage. I'm well aware of the Hemi." Man, I hit that thing and it wasn't even close. And he goes, "What the heck?" I said, "It's electric."
Oh, no, that thing takes off.
Oh, man. Those things are just bullets. And he goes, "Let's do it again." So, boy, he's sitting there getting close to red line, starting to smoke him tire a little bit. And boom, he goes, "That is unbelievable." I said, "Now, you're going to catch him past me. But that immediate torque, no, you're not."
No, I know. I put my wife in one to drive it for a day. And my God, I had to get it out. I wouldn't be able to afford all the tickets.
I took the Hummer for a day, and I got to tell you what, for 10,000-pound rig with that triple battery, it was a level 3. That thing was just 1,000 pounds of torque, 1,000 horsepower. Just what they're doing with this electrification is incredible. It's just not my lifestyle. I can't do electrical when it comes to car. I'm an ICE car, 110%. Hopefully, we'll. I'm still believing that forever and ever and ever it's going to be maybe 20, 25% of the market. I don't think it's going to be what people think it is. But I like it. I mean, everything about it's cool.
So we need to do more of that. You need to remind me to when we go some of the places that we can show the folk. They like seeing that. He was real impressed.
Why don't we get a camera that we can move around?
I just did.
Well, you don't have to do it. We can just do it from sitting here. Don't they have that stuff?
Yeah, if you got the money to buy one, I'm sure we could come up with one.
Well, I pay for everything else. What the heck? You're good at spending my money.
Well, just pay me a little more, and I'll go turn the stick out there just like I did.
Give you an extra $50 a Saturday. You'll turn the camera.
It's easy peasy right there, man. Take care, save you a lot of money, and I'll make a little extra. How about that?
And you can do your little photo bomb.
I did that while ago. Did you see that? There you go.
You know, it's amazing. Every time I talk to Jesse, and we're scheduled, you're not going to believe it. Last minute, I got a phone call. Got to go. Oh, last minute again, huh? We're going to keep playing that last minute card. All right. He used to be on with us regularly, Bo. Remember?
Yeah. I think he felt like that he was a lot more knowledgeable than us. And it was kind of like, being a professional golfer playing with a couple amateurs, So I think that he said not trying to hurt our feelings. he's just such a knowledgeable guy, and I think he felt like, he was out of our league. But we'll forgive him for that. It's because he's such a great guy, and he didn't want to hurt our feelings.
You know, I could walk to his house from mine.
I know. That's pretty cool.
It's a bit of a haul, but I mean, I can get there in the car in about 10 minutes, walk, like 30 minutes to the house.
He's got that. What has he got? That big thing out in front of us?
Moose.
The moose.
The only
Did you
guy I
about
know
that? He's got a moose in front of his yard.
has a moose in his yard. His wife's favorite animal. Now, I've got favorite animal. I've never put a moose on the list, but I drove up there and I was like, well, that's different. And then found out that Kathy loves mooses.
1 minute.
So he had this life-size moose made, and Kathy has a moose in the yard.
Well, I'm glad
Everybody needs a moose.
I'm glad Purple Haze is not requesting something like that because she loves elephants. It'd be a little hard work to get one of those out there. Man.
Big old woolly mammoth, put it out there in the yard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gosh, if my wife did it, she'd probably do 101
30
Dalmatian
seconds.
and have every stinking one of them
Yeah.
out there, all 101. Every time I turn around, what do you think? Look, every time you buy a dog, I'm buying the car.
Exactly.
So I'm going to have a great car collection. You keep buying dogs.
Yeah.
And everything, well, I'm going away for the day. You think you'll be okay? Man, them dogs, they whine and howl and moan for an hour after she leaves.
Wow.
And I've got a video. You would not believe how them dogs act when we come home.
Just jumping around like a bunch of crazy.
Squealing, barking, howling. I've had to repaint the back panel on my back door at least 10 times
Oh,
where they
wow.
just scratch it.
Are you ready for the show?
They are
I
special.
said, are you ready for the show? Ladies and gentlemen, the show you've all been waiting for. Please make welcome Kurt Chase and the Automotive Edge.
214-787-1190. We're going to turn the show over to Wesley, so I'm going to introduce him, and then Bo and I are leaving. And then we're going to let Wesley talk for the next hour. You don't mind, do you?
I promise I could go on for an hour.
Are you ready
That's what
for
I'm
the
talking-
show?
Are y'all ready for the show?
Are you ready for the show, Maddie?
Sorry, that was a mistake.
No, that's okay. We want to know, are they ready?
No, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you asked.
We
me.
want to ask more than once. Are you ready? 214-787-1190 live today. Classic Kia Carrollton. Want to thank Wesley and Jesse having us out here today. And Wesley goes, the last thing I want to do is go to a dealership and have to sit on a radio show, which worked out perfect. So now he's at a dealership and he's stuck on a radio show. I mean,
And on a
did you
Saturday.
tell your wife you'd be on air today?
I did talk to her about it this morning.
Did you? Did you tell her to tune in? She gets to see you, and she's gonna look at you completely different when you come home.
Man, I'll tell you right now, she's so probably consumed with sports right now. I don't know that she made it in.
Already tuned into college football already?
Be sure.
No, she's with both kids.
Live sports.
Live.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so there's some ugly. I wonder who won the USC game last night. I want to tune in. It was on after the World Series. And we
I
went
didn't
late.
know that.
Yep, but I think one of the ugly football games today is going to be Ohio State and Nebraska. That's not even going to be fun to watch. It's going to be, a lot of offense for Ohio State. But, yeah, and I was always a Nebraska fan when back in the day when they had Rozier and all the guys playing for them. Had a great coach. And but I love college football. I love college football more
USC
than I do
won.
pro football.
42-20.
Well, they need to get back into it. They dropped out of the top 20.
Well, they're 4-4. They're really out.
Yep. 214-787-1190. Joining us, Wesley Gerhardt, General Sales Manager. And what do you think about being over here at Classic Kia? I know you and I, we started talking, and we've had some commonalities of where we worked and where we've been and people that we know. How long have you been here, actually, or how long have you been in the car business, period?
I've been in the car business 20 years, and I've been over here 3 months now.
Yeah. And we used to work at the same place at one, not together, but at one point.
That is correct.
At 5311 Lemon Avenue.
That is correct.
Yep. I pulled through there one day, and my the hood on my passport was rattling, and it was 2000, early 2000, and they had just fired the whole management team. And I'm there in T-shirts and a pair of shorts, and Brian Huth comes out and says, "You looking for a job?" And I went, "No." He said, "I see you're the general sales manager over at McDavid." And I went, "No, he just sold that. I left. I'm taking a month off." Really? Yeah, I'm going to take a month off and chill, but I've been doing this a long time. Then Mr. Eagle came down and met me, and A few minutes later, he came. He goes, "Here's my business card." I got home. He goes, "I got a phone call." He goes, "Hey, Kurt, it's John Robert." I said, "Who?" "John Eagle." "Oh, hey, Mr. Eagle." "No, call me John Robert." "Did you look at the back of the business card?" "No, sir, I didn't." So much for going on vacation. We were right back in the dealership 2 days later.
It happens.
Great man to work for, though. You know, when he told me that he was selling, I was just, you know, a lot of the good car guys, it seems like my mentors that gave me the biggest opportunities are now retired, and you know they're throwing stupid money at them. But you know, Mr. Duran, who owns Jesse's partner, you know, look at places that are still family owned and operated. You'll live a lot longer in the auto industry in this type of climate than the high pressure buyer diet situation stores, which I know you don't like and I've never liked.
I'm not a fan of them, and I'll tell you, you know, it says "relax, feel the difference" right on our shirt, and when you walk in, you truly feel the difference. It's about being a customer and an experience, not a number, and a goal and a quota.
Yep. So let's talk. We got a bunch of people that want to hear about the used car process, and I want you to kind of talk about the way you do it, because a lot of people, when they want to know the value of their car, you know, they go online, they punch everything in, they put excellent, which we both know nothing rates excellent. Even when you get loaner cars back out of service, we don't report them as excellent. They're clean. And then what people need to know is that you have to figure what it's going to cost you to put the emblem on the back, whether it's going to be a retail piece or whether you're going to dump it. But talk about kind of the process when you're looking at a car, how your numbers come together, what your mindset is when you're appraising an automobile.
Well, my mindset's a little bit different than most. Whenever I start, if it's going to be a retail vehicle, I start at what I feel I'm going to be able to retail it for, and then I start going around the car to seeing it what kind of services I believe it's going to need, and going around it, and I work my number backwards.
So
and that's how I go.
What's the very first thing you look at when you're looking at a pre-owned car? You're looking at a trade-in.
When I'm looking at the car or the numbers?
The very first thing you look at when you walk up to that car, what do you look at?
The very first thing I look at is I do a full 360 walk around on the car, and I look for any big damages when I'm going around.
So you don't open it up?
I walk around it, and then I open it up, and then I start it, and then I start doing panel by panel.
Me, I always look at the mileage. First thing I ever do, I look at the mileage, and then I start looking at the automobile. And we all have a different process. So you've gone around the car, you've looked inside, and then mentally your calculator's doing what?
Mentally, my calculator's working backwards into the number to see how much above retail market I can pass on to the customer to turn around and put a deal together to put another pre-owned vehicle in my inventory and another vehicle out in operation.
To help them and to help you both, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, and the point I'm trying to get to is when you're also looking at that automobile, when I'm out appraising cars and I look at, 30, 40 cars a week, the dealer's going to need to put at least $2,000, $2,500, whatever in that car, because you have a reconditioning cost.
That is correct.
Regardless, if somebody pulls up and they've got, blueprint of every little nickel, dime, and penny in detail, you still got to run that car through service, regardless, because you and I can't always take 100% of what we're being told to go, oh, sound like a great car, stick my name on the back of it, put it out for sale. The liability is too great. We have to run the cars through service. So you have a premium or a cost per vehicle that on average you're going to have to spend to where you're comfortable selling it.
That is correct. And that cost range anywhere from, I've done anywhere from $1,000 on a car to I've put $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 into a car before to get it retail ready. A lot of the maintenance pieces that people don't catch that, we find along the way is blown out shocks that are leaking that you have to replace, the axles in the rear leaking. You tend to find little pieces like that, slack in the drive shaft.
Yep. And the other thing too is that when, I see so many people, I saw this again the other day, I run into this every month. So I'm looking at this guy's car and I know the car's worth $32,000. Solid number on the car. Well, he goes, that's not going to work. I said, why not? And he goes, well, I put a new windshield, I put new tires. Now he's wanting the retail plus. I said, it doesn't work that way. The money that you put into it got it to the number that we're giving you. It's not as though it books out at 32, and then I have to add in for new tires and a new windshield. I'm giving you the money because it's got good tires and a clean windshield on it.
Well, first of all, anybody that wants to buy a vehicle, they're going to want good tires and a good windshield on it. It's not even sellable.
Well, yeah,
really.
you're not going to sell a car with a busted windshield out here. You're
tires
just not.
flat.
Yeah, and so one thing I want to tell the consumers, and you can disagree, and this is not a agree with Kurt's show. I always tell people, give it a good vacuum and a good bath, and don't sink a bunch of money into it because you can do it cheaper.
That is correct. And so that's the last thing I always tell customers. You know, they'll ask me, "Hey, do you want me to bring it in clean?" And I just tell them I want it cleaned out. And
Cleaned
I
out.
just want it cleaned out.
That's funny.
Well,
That's true.
there's a lot of times that you know they come and you find
You might charge them more that you have to clean it out
You-
with all
you-
the ketchup and the fries and the junk. and
no,
stuff.
you just find a storage unit
Yeah.
full of stuff in the car.
Yep.
Wow.
And so, you know, I do suggest to bring it in clean. It makes it a lot easier for the appraisal process whenever they go around the car. But I will tell you, the first time I see one clean, I always assume that it came from the body shop.
Yeah. Well, you know, I do that. I take a lot. I always tell them, look, give it a good bath, give it a good vacuum, and go trade the car in and sell it to Wesley. See, when my last vehicle, when I pulled up, I said, it wasn't a sponsor. I said, is your used car manager here? Yeah. He came out. I said, here, let's talk about my car. We got it out of the way right up front. And I've been to some dealer, they go, well, are you buying a new car today? Are you looking? No. My car is worth what it's worth. Whether I'm buying a car, whether I'm selling it to you, whether I'm thinking about trading, it is worth what it's worth. And to get that out of the way, I don't think is a big issue.
No, it's not a big issue at all.
Because, I mean, your number is your number.
Absolutely, the car's going to
Whether
be
they're
worth what
buying
it-
today, tomorrow, next week, you know, it could change as time goes on. But when that car pulls up, your objective is to own that car. That's what I try to tell a lot of people. It doesn't matter whether you're buying or trading or anything. Get the value of the car out of the way because your number is a number to take ownership of that because you don't want to go to the auction.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do is get involved in a whole bunch of, conversation about stuff. And then all of a sudden the trade comes in and now you got to deal with that. It's just so much better, like Kurt says, get that out of the way because you're really knocking it out of the park then that way.
Have you ever found anything in a trade that really blew you away?
It has never not amazed me.
There you go.
Even down to a person has left a Rolex in the car
Wow.
after trading it in. So it never amazes me.
Was
what
that
you're
part
gonna
of the
find out.
trade?
No, he was back for it in about an hour.
I bet he was.
Well, I
Did you give him that trade number with the Rolex in there?
Man, I wish it was. It was a nice one too.
I bet.
well, I have a confession because I found a big bag of money underneath a spare tire one time. I saw the
Wow.
bag and I went to pull it, wouldn't come out, so I undid the spare and I took it out, and I'm just panicking now. I'm looking around. I was a scumbag. I'm looking around. Went okay, so I took the money, put it at my desk, locked my desk, and I figured, let's see how this is going to play out. Well, I can go, you know what? I locked it up just for you. I knew they never came back. Never even knew. Found out that the person that owned the car originally had passed, and no one knew the money was in the car. It had been sold twice, and no one ever moved the spare tire. And I went, and so it was years later,
One minute.
and Jack and I talked, and he goes, hey, by the way, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, jokingly, we told her, yeah, I did. But I remember finding diamond rings, all sorts of crazy things in these cars. It was amazing. We'd always put it in a bag. We'd put it in the safe. And until we called them, people wouldn't even know that it was gone. Did he know the Rolex was gone, or did you have to call him and tell him?
No, he figured it out really quick.
You're talking about sweating bullets, man. When you know something like that, you get really panicky, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
30 seconds.
All right, let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. We got some good Q&A coming up that we're going to bring Wesley into, General Sales Manager here at Classic Kia Carrollton, Frankfurt and 35. Don't go away. We'll be right back. I've talked to a lot of used car managers over the last few months, and one thing that nobody doesn't even do anymore,
What's that?
buy bids.
They don't do buy bids?
That let's just say you have a car here that you know the chances are you're never going to sell, that you're calling a dealer that does sell it to see if they want to buy it. I said, y'all don't do buy bids anymore? Like, heck no, we just put a number on it. I did buy bids all the time.
If you're not doing buy bids, I mean, you're missing out. You're missing out on a lot.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't have one yes going, what do I need to get a buy bid for? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But because
I still don't understand what you're talking about.
Okay, so when I was running the McNatt Auto stores, and we had one at Bonnie Bray in 380, just a dump of a store in nothing area. Well, if somebody come in and traded in some high-end vehicle, I knew my used car department wasn't going to sell it. Volvos. I couldn't sell a Volvo to sell my life. So I'd call the Volvo store and say, hey, I have this model here. You want to give me a buy bid on it? Done. And we do an in and out, with the dealer and get rid of it.
I got you. So you're not selling it from y'all's perspective except to a dealer,
We're
not to
taking
the person.
it in and out.
Gotcha.
That's what we call it, doing in and out. And then,
but at least you can do business. Maybe y'all don't want it, but they want it. So that's good.
Yep. And so back then we didn't have all the technology I have now, but I could still go through my run and say, okay, Wesley just took in a Saab. Well, we've never sold a Saab, so let's call the Saab dealer and get rid of it. Okay, he just took in a Hummer H2. Last one we had here was 56 days old. We made $3,000. Okay, I'll take it. So our ledgers were in the computer, but totally different than what they have now to see, how many days you had in stock, what the profitability of that vehicle was to know whether we were even going to keep it or not. But I had such a great line of dealers that I could call anybody on any make or model and dump it. So when I have some of the guys bring in some of these specialty cars for the big 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks, I had no need for those cars. It's buy bid, get rid of that car. I just didn't do it.
Well, they were probably happy to have them, wouldn't they? I mean, if
they were.
You sold them, and
everybody will take a good used car if it fits in their portfolio,
right?
So, but one thing that's amazing is reconditioning costs now versus when I was running dealerships. It was so simple. Now it's so expensive to get a car up to snuff, and that's where a lot of people don't realize that you've got to buy it right to put the recon in and then get it to portfolio balance for the bank to buy.
Absolutely. It's just about putting fair money in the car. And a lot of the times if you go out and you just do fair money for the car with somebody, take all the games out of it, it's amazing how quick it turns around.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's that conversation. I always enjoyed telling people, sell me your car. What do you mean? Sell me your car. I'm going to sell you mine, so why don't you sell me your car? Well, I don't know how to do that. I said, well, sure, there's a number in your mind. How'd you come up with that number? That you want to sell me the number. So you don't want to sell me the car, just the number. And we'd always have great conversations. I thought, why do you do that? And I said, why not get into the customer's brain of what they want to do? I mean, this is not, a magic act where you got to try to figure out how they did it. Just get it all out on the table and talk about it.
Well, I mean, you hit it on the head. It's conversation, not confrontation. And if you have the conversation about it, it doesn't lead to confrontation very often.
Yeah,
you don't want that confrontation about 3/4 away in a deal on a new vehicle. You don't want that then. That just really puts a big cloud over the whole thing.
No,
when I train salespeople, I just had this group and I said, I can interview you in less than 3 minutes and know exactly what you're looking for. Then you have to know your product, know your inventory, and now I'll have it pulled up. And so the salespeople that were in the training were like, there's no way. So I put a check up for $500. If I can't do it, put your name and go cash that check right now. I still have the same check I wrote 10 years ago.
Oh, I guarantee you do.
But you just got to.
Can I have that check?
Sure. You just got to sit down and talk to people. It's amazing when you're conversing and not selling. Everything else is easy.
Absolutely.
Who's this, Boski?
That is Tears for Fears, one of the best songs that ever goes out.
Yeah, great song. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We are here to help. If I can't help you, the car guru, Big Will Bo Carver will.
Oh, sure.
I mean, he knows everything. That guy could build a car blindfolded.
It's Bo Carver at hotmail.com. Just get on there and I'll help you.
He'll help you with that foofer valve all day long.
The Reber stat, if you got a problem with that, just give me a call.
That's right. We'll get you hooked up. I mean, just all he needs is a stethoscope and a Phillips head, and he'll take care of that car.
What's that little thing you have the doctors had on their head like that? Remember back in the old days?
Whatever that was, he's got that
Yeah,
too
I
to
got
fix your
that
car.
too.
If that doesn't make you feel better,
That's what I have
nothing
to
will.
use to scope your car out. Wouldn't that be funny to go out there with one of those to look at a person's car they're trading? You got
Oh my
one-
God,
what do you
I
call
wanna
those
do
things
it
that you
now.
have on their head like that?
Well, it was a light, but it had
Oh.
the silver behind it
Yeah.
for the reflector.
Yeah.
So it would reflect and they
Yeah,
could
wear one of those out
take a
there
better
and look
look
at
at
their
it.
cars.
I'm going to Amazon now.
214-787-1190. Would you buy a car with a total repaint?
No, I wouldn't buy. I personally wouldn't buy a car with a total repaint.
So you got a car coming in here that had a because I just appraised half a dozen cars that were total repaints, and they were talking to me about the value and how much does it hurt the value, and I said at a dealership level a lot, a personal level not so much, and the whole thing was that one of the cars I didn't know that sap could do that much damage to a car.
Oh, sap can absolutely tear it apart.
And I was going, you got to be kidding me. There's no way that this was sap. But anyway, they had the car redone. The miles was well below. I mean, it was being driven 6,000 miles a year, but I found a buyer for it. I mean, on a retail trade-in. When do you say wholesale versus retail when you're looking at an automobile?
When I feel that the experience of the car isn't there for the customer.
Wow.
And if I don't feel the experience is there, that's when I decide wholesale.
Huh. I've never heard it put that way. Dude, you just started a whole new show.
There it is.
If the experience isn't there, I wholesale it. Wow, I got to write that one down. That was really good. Can I keep that?
You can have it.
Wow. Now you just heard that, Bo, so he can't sue me when I write a book. It's the experience or wholesale. Yeah, I've got this one. That's a whole new chapter. He's going to come call him for some money, guarantee you. And then you're
I'm gonna call him when you
It's called
use it.
royalty.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call him up and tell him, hey, he's using it.
yeah. You would just have to go in front of Judge Gregory
There
and
you go.
small claims court. Hey, he's trying to clip me for a little bit of coin. He said I could have that. I like that. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. If you had a body shop report in front of you, is there a damage point where you go, no, thank you? If you had 6 people all show up and all their car had some type of body work or whatever, and they brought you the reports on everything that was done, is there an amount where you go, no, thank you? Or do you dig into why it cost that much and what was the end result of the repair?
I dig into what brought the cost into it, because there's some stuff that's just really labor intensive that's not that big, that calls for a lot of hours and labor that doesn't necessarily translate to
To the
the
part.
structure.
You're right. I got you.
All right. Do college graduate loans, you don't mind answering a few questions while you're here, do you?
Let's go.
Beautiful. Because Jesse said you get paid for every right answer, but deducted for every wrong answer. So I want you to know that you're playing with your
But you
payroll.
can do double
Well,
or
let's
nothing
go.
on the last question.
Double or nothing. Let's go.
A lot of these, I didn't realize how many college graduations there were during the year. Blew me away.
Yeah,
I was speaking to a group of college kids about the auto industry, and we're graduating next week. I'm like, it's August, and so I didn't realize how many different graduating classes they have all year long.
I think they do that about every 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's incredible
because it's college. That's the new term.
Yeah,
and they turn over like that, and that's when they do it.
So if a college, if the question was, and this came from several moms and dads, if a kid graduates college, goes into the field of his degree, or gets a job, and he has his degree within the time frame of the lender, do they qualify for a good rate, or do they automatically put at a high rate?
So no, they're going to be put at a good rate. We have a college grad program through Kia, and so it's 10% down, and then you have to fit in the payment to income and ratios.
So you walk in with your diploma, you got it. You walk in with your agreement with your company, and your debt to ratio qualifies you for the car. Your interest rate will be just as if you walked in with good credit.
That is correct.
There you go, Mom and Dad. I know y'all are tuning in. I told y'all I'd be asking this question come the 11 o'clock hour. So used to, in many days gone past, if you were a college grad, you fell in somewhere around a 14-15% interest rate with 10% down and 6 months prepaid insurance. Those days are gone. And a lot of people keep bringing up the past. Your job as the general sales manager is to get the best possible scenario each and every time, because you just don't want to sell them one car.
No, I don't want to sell them one. I want to sell them every car from here on out. And that's
And their friends and their neighbors and their family.
absolutely
The trickle down effect or trickle up, however you want to look at it.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. You know, the big question right now is, our interest rate's going to change after the election, and we can only hope. But right now here at Classic Kia Carrollton, you can beat the bank with the rates that you have.
absolutely. I've got cars that have rates as low as 0% for 72 months right now on our EV9 and our EV6.
How do you like me now? 0 APR.
Our
Bo, you know, you'd look good driving that EV9.
Yeah, I'd probably be arrested about a week. I'd be doing the show from behind bars. I'd be calling in. Yeah, that's a good looking.
You know, that's the thing about it, is when you're driving one of those, you don't realize the speed that you're at when you're driving it.
The torque and stuff.
Yep.
Just go.
It is super surprising.
Yeah.
So you guys are open until 7?
We're up until 7 o'clock today.
And the deals are now. They got plenty of inventory. Your new K4 is out. And Jesse and I got to spend some time flying down the highway in it. And when I tell people I test drive them. I don't pamper them. And I was blown away by what a 4-cylinder car will do on the highway these days. I mean, that right there should be an off-the-chart home run for you. You've got some of the best price points and products on your property right now.
No, and absolutely. And the drive, I encourage anybody listening to come out and take it for a test drive themselves. They will absolutely be blown away by this car.
So you got the EV6, the EV9, the Sportage, the Soul, the Celta, Sorento, Telluride, Carnival. You have such a cornucopia of vehicles now that you can choose from.
You had one that's a lease that's really hot right now. What's that?
$159 for a Forte.
How about
For a
that?
3-year lease. $159 a month. Now that includes, you know, your TT&L and a fee, but I mean, $159 a month.
That
I mean,
excludes it or includes it?
that would be included with your down payment.
Okay.
And just think, for 3 years, $159 a month. Man, you're cooking on peanut oil.
Yes, sir.
No doubt about it. 214-787-1190. Joining us, Wesley Gerhardt, new general sales manager here. Well, he's not new, been here 90 days. But he's an old car dog at heart. Here to help you. And I would just tell you, you just heard from him. He has no problem with you getting your trade out of the way. No problem getting your trade out of the way. Because I had a call the other day, and the guy goes, hey, I went over to see your sponsor, and then I went to another place, and it was a $4,000 swing on the trade. It's, wow, $4,000, that's a lot of money. I said, hey, did he work with you on trade difference? He goes, matter of fact, he did. So here, let me help you there, big shooter. He is not $4,000 cheaper, because we can make the numbers look any way we want them to look. But the bottom line is really, what are you giving me for your trade, and what are you selling the car for?
How many of those Abraham Lincolns come out of your pocket until you get that blue piece of paper that says you own it?
The bottom line of that, right?
Yeah, because there's so many ways to what we call pencil a car deal, show you the numbers that you can be really confused going from one store to one store to one store. And that's why we talk about family owned and operated, is you make it simple here, and running around to 10 different Kia stores and everybody pulling your credit and seeing what they can do for you, and then coming here is not the way to buy an automobile.
No, it is not. If you want to come out, I'll teach you what the red carpet treatment is and what it's all about. And so we make it really easy, transparent, and I'm going to work it, kind of like you said, how the guest wants. You want to do the trade up front, we can do the trade up front. You want to test drive first, we can test drive first. I'm here to serve you on the speed in which you want to go.
There we go. Wesley Gerhardt, General Sales Manager, Classic Kia Carrollton. Ask for him personally. He's on the showroom floor. He is a tangible manager, and he's going to be the final decision maker on all the numbers anyway. Why not meet him up front and enjoy the experience? Let's take a quick break. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Classic Kia Carrollton, 35 in Frankfurt. I have to say that so I don't have to listen to Bo's crap. 35 in Frankfurt. I say 35 in 121. But
where's 121 at?
Right there. It's right there.
No, but Frankfurt's right here.
Oh, boy. Here we go again. In a round room looking for the corner here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
That's
Okay.
Headstone for his mom's.
thanks, sir. Great job.
Everybody.
All from Forest Hills. You got to go over and do something to headstone for both his parents. Anyway, he said he'll be over here this afternoon. Kathy. Then I got another girl on sported today.
And thanks everybody for being a part of the show. We are on a short break here on Talk Radio 1190. And we're here with the
I hear you.
got everybody here at Classic Kia Carrollton at Frankfurt and 35E.
Wow. You got to make sure that you say that, don't you?
I know. I want to make sure.
Frankfurt. Is that like a Frankfurt?
Yeah, like one of those hot dogs.
Yeah. I wonder where they come up with that Frankfurt.
Well, it's
Is it
German.
Frankfurt, Germany?
Yeah, German. Well,
I thought that was
Frankfurt is in Germany. Frankfurt, Germany.
but I thought it was a Frankfurter. You know what hot dogs were called? Frankfurters?
or something like that.
Frankfurters?
Frank burgers.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, something like that.
The history of a hot dog. Can somebody please tell us the history of
What's
the hot
it called?
dog?
The German name for a hot dog. What is it? Frankfurter.
Frankfurt.
It's great. That's beautiful day, man. Look at that. Here in North Texas,
You can literally say not a cloud in the sky.
we're at 82 degrees as a high today here in North Texas, and boy, what a nice treat that is. We've had a few warm days this past week.
I wanted to swim one more time, but it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
I got about knee deep yesterday.
that was it. Took your breath away, even though it didn't touch your breath.
Yeah, that was my polar plunge.
To the knees.
I was in the garage, and then I went on my walk, and I got back, and I figured, okay, just a few laps. That dog was not hunting.
A few steps instead of a few laps.
Yeah. So anyway, it's pumpkin patches and boo in the zoo.
Well, this is the last weekend before November.
Yep. So it'll be Thursday is the last day of the month.
That's Halloween.
Yep.
And then at midnight, 12:01, the Christmas lights go up at the Chase household.
Yes, they do.
So you just are you sitting there waiting to push the button? Like
Oh yeah. I'm right there on the porch. Got me a lawn chair.
12 midnight,
Yeah.
1 second,
Yeah, no, I got it barely plugged in, and then I just barely even tap it. Bam.
right there at the midnight
Yep.
hour.
Well, here I just tell you, I had a buddy. Where's he at here? Hey, I need those lights up November 1st. I'll make it happen.
Who's somebody's going to pull them up for you?
Yeah, my buddy Sammy Wood.
Oh, cool.
I grew up with his family, and
How about that?
Anyway,
So, how much lights you got going this year? You got it's normal, or do you having to buy a bunch more, didn't you?
I did. I had to redo it because we had a company come and haul off a bunch of stuff, and they took 8 extra buckets out of my garage.
I understand they retired from doing that anymore because they sold a lot of your Christmas stuff and they didn't have to work anymore.
That guy, he couldn't even speak. He goes, you know what? We had our warehouse sale, and every bit of your stuff sold the fastest.
Of course it did.
Like, yes, it did. 214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you, Freeman
I didn't get a
Toyota,
chance to do my thing.
located on the affordable side of the Metroplex. What?
Don Cornelius says, love, peace, and soul.
There you go. Well, we don't hear that unless Maddie's here. Jerry doesn't play
I
that.
know.
Jerry's got a whole different mantra of music.
If you want to call it that.
Yeah, we'll call it that way.
Uh,
Nope. He plays his own. Yep.
That's impossible.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
He plays completely different music.
What music does he play?
He plays a whole bunch of different songs than what you play.
Stuff that we don't really know.
Yep. Last week we had a little Steppenwolf.
I think we did.
We had ZZ Top. I mean, we had just a whole different mantra of music. So I don't know how he pulls it off, but you might
I
want
don't
to
know
ask him.
either. I literally told him where to find your music.
Okay, well, he's doing his own thing, you know. So
The same thing.
I'll never yell at a producer. It's a bad
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah, I don't.
And the
wanna do
music was actually good.
that.
I mean, I
Okay.
had no problem with it.
No.
I mean, he's not Maddie, but you know.
No.
Okay, well that's good. As long as you're happy.
That's even very difficult to even make Kurt happy. So that's, always moving.
I'm
in that
happy when
direction.
Maddie's here.
Yeah,
I
I
am.
am too.
Freeman Toyota, located on the affordable side of the Metroplex. The new Grand Highlander is now being built again. There was a hold on it due to a shortage of parts and things and blah, blah, blah. You can now go to Freeman Toyota and get your name. They will be putting the Grand Highlanders out, the hottest product they had. Then they had to put a stop build on it. Now it's back in being built again. But you know what? They got the Corolla, and a buddy of mine just picked up a Corolla hybrid, hit the ground Thursday and picked it up. Got a buddy heading over to get his huge, massive discount on a new Toyota Tundra and a whole lot more. If you haven't driven the new Crown, which replaced the Avalon, it is available for sale. See my buddy BJ, who's the general sales manager, Jerry Patterson, new car director, and just found out that he's like a second cousin now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. His sister is married to Melinda's cousin.
Wow.
So
Oh.
he called me up because we're family. All of a sudden, I had a terrible feeling in my stomach. No, I'm kidding. I love it. Jerry Patterson, BJ Stankovic, Freeman Toyota, located on the affordable side of the Metroplex, 820 and 183. Be sure to start online, check out all this. But here's the one thing I want you to look at what Dane Miner, general manager, has added at no charge for servicing your car just because you bought it at Freeman Toyota. There's nothing even close to it. The place, freemantoyota.com. Okay. Let's jump into a few more questions. I told everybody I'd get to many of them as I possibly can. It says, do you think hybrids will be the next big thing over electric cars, trucks, and SUVs? I talked about this earlier today. 100%.
Yeah.
We have to have more hybrids in the marketplace,
Well,
and they need to leave the auto industry alone and get rid of the cafe.
Well, first of all, you said earlier in the show that the Toyota Camry is selling it worldwide about
Corolla.
It's the Corolla.
Every 15 seconds.
But is that a hybrid?
Now it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, and in the Camry, you can only get the Camry hybrid,
But
period. And now the Corolla will be offered only in hybrid.
So what we're saying, or what I was saying, is that every 15 seconds, one's being sold worldwide, and it's going to be a hybrid.
Yeah, coming in 2025.
Okay.
Now, still 2024 is on the lot.
Okay.
So here within the next year, everything that they'll be getting will be a hybrid
I
vehicle.
got you. I
Yep.
got you.
Is there any chance we might see more diesel products in the near future? I don't know. I really don't. I'm a big proponent of diesel. I like their technology, and the main thing is how long they last, what great gas mileage, and they have clean burning diesel now. It's a whole different setup from what it was before. You've got the diesel in the Tahoe.
Are you talking about possibly? Oh yeah, putting diesels other than in trucks.
Yep, you got the diesel in the Tahoe. You got it in the Suburban.
Mhm.
Two of the manufacturers got rid of it in their 1500 series trucks. We don't know why, or they're half-ton trucks. Everybody loved them. Their longevity is fantastic. Now remember, the ones that they put in the trucks and then the ones they put in the Suburban and the Tahoe are completely different diesels, because the ones they put in those vehicles are only a $900 upgrade. You put them in the other vehicles are about a $4,500 upgrade. So, but the new technology and the clean burn that they have on these things, plus the wear and tear and the mileage, is absolutely fantastic. I would like to see more of it, but here again, it's about letting the public, the consumers, decide, not the government, what we drive. That's why it's important to vote. With all that with all that's going on in the economy, Kurt, is it easier to get financed with a low credit score? You know what? It's got nothing to do with what's going on in the economy. When the manufacturers' cars pile up and they have to get rid of cars,
but that's kind of related to the economy.
Well,
if the economy was better and the cars were in but there's more movement, then wouldn't that play a part? So
well, you got to really look at the score. I would just say this: there's a buddy of mine. He sent his son to me to get an automobile. So the son had only 3 pieces of credit. One of them was a phone charge off, and it destroyed his credit because he had such a limited amount of credit.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was the bill was like $260 or something. It was nothing, but he didn't know it was on his bureau. And he signed for his girlfriend or whoever it was. Anyway, it showed up on his bureau as charge off. So he paid that off, but then he went back to the lender and says, hang on a second. He's been a college graduate, been on the job for 2 years. These other accounts were paid good. He wasn't even aware of it. And they got him in a vehicle at 5.9%.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so his score was low, but
things altered it to where he was able to get something like that.
Versus if you take somebody that has, a couple of car notes, a home note, credit cards, those little hickeys are not going to be as detrimental to a younger person with limited credit.
Right.
When you have 3 lines of credit and one of them's a charge off, it's going to devastate your score. If you've got Bo has 12 lines of credit and a $200 charge off, it's going to be menial or nothing on that bureau. So every situation is different. The other thing too is when you have layoffs that happen, with COVID, and so many people got behind, and the biggest charge off on their bureaus was medical. Not that not paying your medical bills is a good thing, but I understand survival. The banks will look at it. Let's see, Bo's been at his residency for 20 years. He paid on all these vehicles good. We all understand COVID. Now he's back in the saddle again. Boom, that's a tier 1 car note. And they'll find it because they look at the history going, we all know that bad things happen to good people. We had no control over the Fauci virus. We had, none of that stuff. So with that being said, the lenders look at that. There's smart people going, hang on. We know Bo's going to pay for his car.
Correct.
We know that he wound up in the hospital with COVID and things got backed up a little bit, but look where he is now. So, a lot of times the score will get electronically shot down and then they rehash it with the lender and try to get things hung again.
Well, you got to realize too, folk, that the banks are in business too. They're not just there to chop your head off and they don't care about making a buck. They make money too by lending money. And so, it's not like they're a lot of people, I think, look at the banks like there's some court. You're guilty or not guilty. We're going to try to do what we can to find you not guilty. No, they're trying to do things or find you guilty. They're trying to look for things to find you not guilty so they can get you in a vehicle because they want to make money too.
Well, a good finance director will find a way to get things hung.
Right.
And get them bought. Then it comes down to the rate.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to get this loan put together, what's the best rate that we can get for you on the note?
Well, and that helps the buyer too, because they're probably thinking what they might be able to afford monthly, and those rates make a difference on whether they can go with it or not.
1 minute.
No doubt about it. How do you go about finding the right mechanic? Well, when you go to a place, how long have they been in business? Get with the Better Business Bureau is one. I kind of put about that much credence in it, and then with all the social media that's out there and all of these different groups that are located locally and everything, they're going to tell you, have you ever used this place? And then start looking at the reviews, what people are actually publishing about that place. But how long they've been in business? Are they a license through the state? And what is their insurance that they have on? If anything, your car falls off the rack or it gets wrecked, or they don't do something right and the engine blows up, what kind of insurance and coverage do they provide and warranty when working on your car? Otherwise, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and I will get you with the best possible mechanic. 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break, get things wrapped up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We'll be right back.
So you got the grandkid today, huh?
Yep.
It's all right. Y'all going to the movies or something? Oh, you're going to the cotton patch? I mean, pumpkin patch?
Yeah, going to go to a couple of pumpkin patches and then Boo at the Zoo. Maybe,
Oh,
I
that's
don't know
cool.
if today, but maybe tomorrow because you got to get there early.
Yeah, so by the time you get there today, it'll almost be closed by the time
Well,
you
it'll be so packed.
Yeah.
This kind of
Yeah.
weather.
Yes.
Oh, are you kidding me?
especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get there early and
Yep.
get in there.
And he likes movies. We'll go to the movies, and he likes his quesadillas and popcorn and a
That's good.
Sprite, or loves apple juice. I think that kid drank more apple juice than producing last year. And
Do you have apple juice breath?
he's an apple juice boy. And the only time he drink milk is for me.
Oh.
I was like, what does milk do? And he'll flex. I said, okay, do you want this?
He wants some muscles.
You got to drink some. Okay, Poppy.
That's funny.
He doesn't like chocolate.
See, I didn't like chocolate milk growing up. Did
He
you?
didn't like chocolate. Candy, chocolate,
Oh.
anything. Chocolate, donuts.
I don't eat much chocolate. I like dark chocolate. I eat a little bit of that.
Belinda likes dark chocolate.
But I didn't like. Kids were always getting chocolate milk. I couldn't stand it. I didn't. I don't know why. It just didn't taste right.
Huh.
And I just want my regular white milk, and the little carton that was red. And
So
white.
you never bought the Nestle's Quick?
No, I didn't care for any of that.
Huh.
No, I do like chocolate ice cream though. It's kind of weird.
Like Rocky Road?
I don't like much of the crap in it like that. I like
just
just
like ice
smooth
cream.
chocolate ice cream.
You like yogurt?
Kind of, it's okay. But I found that the cheaper the ice cream, the better it is. It almost tastes better the cheaper that like some of these big names or whatever that's
Plus, it's so expensive. Like
$10 for a half gallon. I'm going, yeah, dude, y'all nuts.
those little things of Ben and Jerry.
No, that's crazy, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys too
That's
proud of
expensive.
that.
Ice cream.
Yeah, no. I just buy that cheap versions, those little ones in the square box. It's like $3.
Where you can open up and almost slice it.
Yeah, it's good to go, baby.
You like Neapolitan?
Yeah, I do. I do like that. I like to mix it sometimes. And I know you're not a strawberry guy,
No.
so you wouldn't want that, do you?
Nope.
But they do make vanilla.
My dad used to put strawberry in my bowl just to aggravate
Oh
me.
boy, knowing that you didn't like it.
Yep.
But
And Mom would always say, "Go ahead, it's not going to kill you."
so see, I loved banana splits because of the 3 flavors of ice cream. Then you had the banana and whipped cream and the nuts and the dude, big huge banana split guy. But you got to like strawberry. Well, they can do banana split without that. You can add requests for like 2 chocolates.
Yeah,
and
when I do a banana split, I do all vanilla.
You do all vanilla?
Yeah.
Do you put the different toppings on it like they do? Or they
Yeah,
put
I
the
do
mushroom on top? The
Mushroom.
not mushroom. Yeah, no, not mushroom.
Pecans, the nuts,
And then though they put the
whipped cream, and the cherry, and
yeah, but they put some other stuff on it. What is
you
it?
can do caramel. You can do
Yeah,
hot chocolate.
That, and then there's what's the white thing that you do with the marshmallow sauce
Yeah.
or something like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
any of that stuff on there, I don't care. But I just don't want strawberry.
Do you
So
like
funny. We did our Bible study at the house the other night, and she brought strawberry this and strawberry that. And it was like, God, those most beautiful strawberries. They're just pounding them down. She goes, Kurt. I went, no, I think I'm
You
full.
don't even like regular strawberries, huh?
Mm-mm. And I'll make chocolate covered strawberries for Melinda. I just
What's the just don't like the taste of strawberry?
and I don't like fruit, that have so many seeds in it.
That does have a little kind of
And you
seedy
sit there, and a week later, one pops out from between your teeth.
Spitting it out on the radio show.
I like pineapple. I like watermelon when it's in season. I like cantaloupe when it's in season. Raspberries, love them.
Charlie Davis says pistachio ice cream is good.
The best. There's a place, Ferraris, that have the best pistachio ice cream in the world, and they bring it in from New York. It
Really?
is phenomenal. Yep. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Remember to like and share the show so people know they have an advocate in the auto industry to help them with their automotive needs. So whether they're buying a new car, leasing a new car, parts, service, body shop, it doesn't matter. They have somebody in the auto industry on their side to help them. And here's what's great is we don't have to pick sides when I'm involved because I've got great sponsors. And if they're not on the sponsor page, that's okay. Like if you go to the sponsor page, you don't see Mercedes or BMW or Lexus or Volkswagen. I've got connections with every one of those to make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of. I know the owners or the GMs or the GSM to call up and go, hey, knock this out of the park. We have so-and-so coming over to see you. And
Well,
it's
you even
just
have
that simple.
You have those because of those connections. They get you connected to even people outside the state.
Yep.
And I know that you've done that quite a bit for people that are not local and that they want somebody that's, in their state or their locale. And you get with the people that you're connected to that can turn you on to turn them on to where to go to get the same kind of treatment if they were here.
Yeah, we helped a couple in Las Vegas with
There you
their vehicle. We helped some people in New York, a bunch in Florida, and a few in Colorado.
So that's why we want to let you know that it's just not even though the show's out of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, that help can go way beyond here. So reach out, tell your friends, neighbors, and family members to check it out, or go to theautomotiveedge.com if they've got any kind of questions at all.
No doubt about it. 214-787-1190. Let's knock out just a couple of questions. If you had to pick one truck, one SUV, and one car, what would they be? Oh, boy.
Well, I know that you've driven all the trucks and probably owned every truck, and there's just not a bad truck in your thought process.
Okay, if I could put a truck in my driveway, 3/4 ton
I already
platinum
know
diesel.
that. Yes, that's
period.
But he has no need for it.
The car, you know what my car is going to be?
Corvette.
Yeah.
Or
What's my all-time favorite car, though?
The Genesis GX90.
G90. That's right. That car is just, it's just unbelievable. On an SUV, either the new Enclave or the new Chevy Tahoe. Those rigs are pretty. But see, I like big. If you notice, I like big. The G90 is big. The 3/4 ton platinum diesel, that's big. The Tahoe, these are big. Mid-size, I mean, I guess I go down the line and break it down. My wife drives a Toyota Camry SE, and I love that car.
Yeah, those are great cars.
Those things, it handles, rides, and drives. So, I mean, there's so many that I do like out there, but if I could pick the three, those would be the three without a blink that I would put in the driveway, especially that 3/4 ton platinum diesel. I've got no need for that truck. I don't have a trailer. I don't haul anything.
He doesn't even haul anything with this.
But I would put that bad boy in my driveway and enjoy it every time I get in. And I want to have that Roger Miller song loaded in my Spotify.
And you want to have that train horn,
that
right?
King of the Road. Yeah, buddy.
Here I come.
I'd even put a can of snuff in my back pocket. I wouldn't dip it. I'd just carry
Just
it.
have it.
I'd have a knife on my hip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love that truck. Everything about it. The way it sits up and drives. And
Fit the profile with it, right?
Yep, and then I've got a need for speed, so I'm kind of all over. But those would be my three. Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us, especially the folks out here at Classic Kia Carrollton. One more time, 10,000 off EV9s or 0 for 72 months, $159 a month on their lease special for the Forte LX. Kia Sportage 0 for 48 months or $288 on their lease. Sorrento 0 for 48 months, and a whole lot more. Come see Wesley. You heard him on the show. Come meet him. He's the new GSM here at Classic Kia Carrollton, and he's got this ship focused and running quite well. He's a good car guy, big used car guy. So if you're looking where all the money is on a pre-owned trade, Wesley's going to put the money in the trade. That and all of our sponsors, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on our sponsor page, and there they all are. But here again, if we don't have a sponsor you're looking for, I can still get you connected. It doesn't matter. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Everybody on all of our feed, be sure to share and like and share, and let everybody know that we can help them with their automotive needs. Maddie, it is good to have you back, and we'll be praying for Maddie to have energy today.
Well, she's going to need. She's working hard today, and I know how that is when you got to really
1 minute.
get after it. And we really appreciate what you do, Maddie. And I hope your day will be blessed and good today, even though you got to kind of get after it and just have an enjoyable day as much as you can.
Remember, turn off those electronics, get reconnected, tell that person you love them. Thanks so much. And for all your automotive needs, it's theautomotiveedge.com. Just send me a message. I'll give you a call and help you out. God bless. Have a great weekend, and vote, vote, vote. Take care.
One foot on